my kids for a holiday. I lost the love of my life and I can't see past today. I'm gonna push on, push on. This song's dedicated
Tomorrow
to
comes
you,
a harder day.
'cause you are gonna make it.
I can say what
for
they
true.
wanna say.
Yeah.
No matter what may come my way, I'm gonna push on.
The clock is ticking.
Push on, yeah.
I remember like it was yesterday.
My heart is racing.
Big dreams of big deals.
I remember
Sweet
when
girl with two dreams till the storm.
and then I stumbled
And washed it all down.
couldn't pick myself again. Doubt to wash hope away.
In the midst of the hurricane, I found my strength. And though my world is not the same, I still have faith. I'm gonna turn my life around, I'm gonna make it work. But for now, I gotta keep my heart moving, yeah. Even if my bills read unpaid, can't take my kids for a holiday. I lost the love of my life and I can't see past today. I'm gonna push on, push on, push on, yeah.
Oh, if tomorrow comes with harder days, ooh yeah, I can say what they wanna say. Hey, and no matter what may come my way, I'm gonna push on, push on, push on, yeah. I'm gonna push, 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 push on, yeah. I'm gonna push, 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 push on, yeah. I'm gonna push, 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 push on, yeah. I don't stop now.
Don't
Stop now.
Don't you stop, oh. Even if my bills read unpaid,
I'm gonna make it.
and I can't take my kids for another holiday.
I'm gonna make it.
I lost the love of my life and I can't see past today.
I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna push on, I'm gonna push on, gonna push on, yeah.
If tomorrow comes with harder days,
I'm gonna make it.
oh yeah, they can say what they wanna say.
I'm gonna make it.
Oh, and no matter what may come my way, I'm gonna push on, push on, push on, yeah. Push, 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 push on, yeah.
It's season on the bed.
Kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kumwishi ya pekee kuna faida, kuishi ndani yake kuna faida, kutembea na yeye kuna faida. Wengi ni wale wana live for the world, wako deceived wana live for the flesh. Mimi nataka tu ku live for his word, ndiyo maisha yangu ikuwe fresh. Faida gani kuufuata ulimwengu, na in the process nipoteze life yangu? Si afadhali nimfuate Mungu wangu, juu ndani yake mimi naona tu faida.
Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, bila Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, bila Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no.
If I live to the Lord, and if I die to the Lord. So whether I live or whether I die, my whole life belongs to the Lord. Minus Christ, kila mseni maiti, the living dead. Yani mi ali existing for only God anapea life meaning. Yeye pekee is the essence of living. So najitoa kama living sacrifice, holy, blameless and pleasing in his sight. Natoa yote, withholding nothing at all. For him I live and move and have my being.
Kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, bila Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no, kuishi kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no.
Kuongozwa na yeye hiyo ni faida, amani maishani hiyo ni faida, furaha tele tele hiyo ni faida, uzima wa milele hiyo ni faida. Kuongozwa na yeye hiyo ni faida, amani maishani hiyo ni faida, furaha tele tele hiyo ni faida, uzima wa milele hiyo ni faida.
Kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no. Kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no. Kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no. Kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, kuishi na Yesu kuna faida, Yesu ni faida. Oh no no oh no.
Facebook na Twitter ni kama vidosho, dhambi ni mingi naona ni kama tuhitaji kuoshwa. Mwingine alisema hataki kuimba mekuti gospel na matata, mwingine anaimba ashinde zawadi apewe matrofi ya jajaja. Yani nikaa tunataka tupigane tukisheneneka, unajua hii gospel si yetu tulipata tu hapa so gospel isikiki kwa kizazi hiki, mama ina hiti na message viki. Msanii kiburi ni mingi umefura kakichwa sababu umepata shilingi, Mungu tashika kiboko tanyorosha nyinyi mpaka tashika mwisi.
Mesisengaida sepada wanyorada, mesisengaida sepada wanyorada, mesisengaida sepada wanyorada sepada wanyorada.
Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah.
Tulianza na roho, tunamalizia na mwili. Kwa nini? Pia nyinyi mnajua, so mimi sitacheza chini. Wacha niseme tu, labda kuna mtu ndatoa shimoni. Wacha niseme tu, labda kuna mtu ndatoa shimoni. Cheki vile nyuso hazicheki, tulishare ugali jana, saizi hatuwezi share keki. Cheki vile nyuso hazicheki, look how fast we try to make it, look how fast we trying to break it. Niruhusu niwange kidogo kuhusu hawa madai, wanarusha kadi yako Insta, wanakupenda ya fame. Ulikuwa kijana mzuri, akibebaki the same. Ulikuwa kijana mzuri, kabla attention came. Skuzi una do, skuzi una ndai hao, skuzi we hudunga jo. Ulipanda bei jo, kasi ongei pesa nisikupigie bro.
Mesisengaida sepada wanyorada, mesisengaida sepada wanyorada, mesisengaida sepada wanyorada sepada wanyorada.
Blah blah blah. 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 Bra, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, wababas, wamamas, gukas, anti waharia. Shosh is vipi. How you guys doing? It is Wednesday. The boys have arrived. We are alive. Yes, this is the biggest,
the body,
and the Guane show across East Central. South Africa is already dominated. Saizi tunagonga milango za Seychelles ama vipi? Yes, my MCA wanatuambia we need to go slowly. We don't know what that means. We don't know what that means.
We don't know as we are coming for Seychelles. Now once again, the boys are in the building.
The boys are here, man. My name is BIKO, the big CEO, just in case you didn't know.
And my good name is ABORN, Mr. Sammy MUTHONDU. And you already know Kenya tunafanya leo.
Yes, sir.
Mental Health Wednesday.
Man, the boys are in a round table ready to address these issues.
This mental
Sawa.
issues, yes.
It is boys talk, and the boys are talking about mental health.
Yeah.
And it is ironical kwa sababu hapa kando kuna hosi. Hapa kando.
Yes,
and we have an amazing guest.
We have Oscar in the building.
Oscar is here, manze.
Yeah.
He's gonna be chambuing. Atachambua kwa undikni.
Yeah, he'll be ready to answer them. Yeah, we have an amazing show lined up.
Yo, manze, the show is gonna be great. Great music, great conversation, and of course, we get to read your comments and your questions. Wase, nimecheki maswali. Yani, you guys started asking questions before we even got to the studio. Wacheni jokes. Wacheni jokes. Kwani I'm watching news? You guys.
Nadhani watu wako na mashida mingi sana. Hii maandamano
yani, and this happens every Wednesday. So, Oscar,
yes.
Watu wako na mashida. Watu wako na mashida. So when we come back, we get to talk to Oscar, who's going to be hosting the show with us. Kwa sababu hapa QUORUM, we don't do interviews. Unfortunately, we don't do interviews. We only hold conversations. Now, you guys should get ready kwa sababu www.254.radio is the place you need to be. Go ahead and tell your friends to log in. www.254.radio. Watu wanataka watch live pia, you can go ahead and log on to www.twitch.com. Just search for Radio 254. Tuko pale Instagram, the _QUORUM_ show. Yes, tuko Facebook, tuko Twitter.
The QUORUM show kila mahali.
The QUORUM show in the place them Mental Wednesday. This is the conversation. We're gonna go ahead and just, go for a short music break, and then when we come back, we get to talk to Oscar. Atuambie rada ni gani? How do you deal with these people? Sisi, that is. Tuko na mashida kwanza sisi maboys. Mashida ni mingi manze. My favorite gospel song, The Lazy Rapper, featuring unamujua, your favorite artist. This song is called Yesu ndio kusema. Utaketi.
There's no way.
Muthondu has decided to go crazy in studio.
To dance for him.
Yes, sir. So www.254.radio is the place you need to be. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell that friend who has not told that other friend that we are live. We are here. The boys are in the building. It's the QUORUM show on 254 Radio. Let's get it.
Yes, Ndok.
Unapiga debe. Perere. Etio. Boss. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio ngoja. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio ngoja. Niite punda. Call me donkey. I'm a vessel. Mini chama na make sure mizigo zimefika. Yesu ita amesikika. Kama bunge skiza speaker. Vitu fishi hatutapika. Bible. Shigile. Hadale. Unapiga debe. Perere. Eti Boss. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio ngoja. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio ngoja.
Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio namata tu. Jesus is the way. Sisi ndio the mata tu. Ingoma ni so sick. Buda tuko mata tu. Wadi yako tumechora ndani ya hat. Imekuwa makata tu. Mutudha nafa kutucompensate. Ambia mutudha tunangusha 16 bars. Lion of Judah hizo zingine si Simba. Kama ni imebuda tunawasiba.
Unapiga debe. Perere. Eti
Finya mute. Juu Yesu ndio kusema.
Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio ngoja. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio kusema. Yesu ndio ngoja.
Kukosana na wewe sikutarajia, kuwa mbali na wewe akimeniacha pabaya. Kutengana na wewe imenibadilisha sana, nimetamani nilewe akina kunywa na sasa manaambia nini watu Regina. Haya mapenzi yalinoga na kumbuka tulipeana majina. Leo baby kesho tomato, mitandao ikaleta fitina. Ukawa uambiliki na mikichwa changu na kikavimba. Nikawa sisemezeki, inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea. Hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea. Ndio nashindwa. Densi tulikamata hadi usiku wa manane. Kesi tukakubali tutapendana milele. Nyimbo tulizopenda zanikumbusha wewe. Kamisi na baika uliwacha na nusanga ndio nilale. Oyoyo tutaambia nini watu Regina. Haya mapenzi yalinoga na kumbuka tukila bata na bia. Pate after pate, shetani gani alituingilia akatuweka asa
hilo vito palimenifikisha. I'll never love another na inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea. Hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea. Ndio nashindwa inauma lakini nitazoea. Inauma lakini nitazoea. Hali ya binadamu duniani ni kuzoea. Hali ya mwanaume duniani ni kuzoea. Ndio nashindwa.
In the morning, before the dawning, before I'm yawning, yeah, my phone is ringing, people SMSing. Have you seen the blogs on a website, Facebook posts and Twitter? Somebody put you on a shooting spot, begging for your blood is going down. He said this and he said that, I'm told this and I'm told that. He walks like this and walks like that, sings like this and sings like that. I won't forget where I'm coming from and where I am going. You don't comprehend, 'cause I paid my dues. Yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues, and I ain't got nothing to lose. Talking, I've been winning, conquering. And when you walking, I'll be running far from you. I see you running. Look above, hello, I'm in heaven. Look above, hello, I'm in heaven. Now you see me, now you down. 1,000 years I give to you. Cure disease and poverty. For the earth, the sun and moon. Give you the world a silver platter. But you and you and you still hate on me. I paid my dues. Oh yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues, and I ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, paid my dues. Oh yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues. And let me die, 'cause I paid my dues. Oh yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues, and I ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, paid my dues. Oh yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues. And let me die. Run, run, run your mouth hastily during the day. Merrily, 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 sikum talala, 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 talala. 'Cause I paid my dues. Oh yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues, and I ain't got nothing to lose. Oh, paid my dues. Oh yes, I paid my dues. Said I paid my dues. And let me die, 'cause I paid my dues.
Conversation watunguya zitakuwa vipi? We are back. That right there was Anthony So Paid My Dues. All right here on www.254.radio. The QUORUM Show. The boys are in the building. My name is BIKO, the big CEO, just in case you didn't know.
And my good name is Mr. Sammy MUTHONDU, and nawakumbusha that we're gonna keep it real here on Mental Health Wednesday.
Yes, sir. And of course, joining us is Oscar. Now,
Mutugi
Oscar,
KINYUA, yes.
Imagine, now this guy is not just an ordinary individual.
Yes.
He has a lot on his CV.
CV ni page kadhaa.
CV ni novel, bro. CV ni novel. So we're going to let Oscar introduce himself. He's going to tell us who he is, what he does, and what he's doing here. Atuambia kwa nini amekuja Radio 254, the QUORUM Show. Ama vipi? Oscar, how are you?
I'm fine.
Karibu sana Radio 254, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, you are welcome. One thing we always say, once you come to the QUORUM Show, you're now part of the family. You cannot go back.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot go back. It is now a sealed deal. Hii tutakupeleka koti ukianza kutuambia ati sijui we are not friends. Tunakusuu. We will sue you. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Yes.
Tell us what you do and what you're doing here. Yeah?
Okay.
Kabisa.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm here, and I'm happy that you guys have hosted me here.
Nice.
It's an opportunity that is, an eye-opener.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I'm not the best in whatever I do.
Kuji humble.
I'm really not the best. But, it's an opportunity that comes, and I will do my best to give what is in me and what is with me.
Hallelujah.
So, my name is Oscar Mutugi KINYUA. Originally from Kirinyaga. That is born in Kirinyaga. Raised in Kirinyaga, a bit of my
childhood.
And then after in Nairobi.
Kuja Kanairo, concrete jungle.
Yes, I came to Nairobi. I think I was in Form 1. Oh, no. Yes, we went back home when I was in... is it import?
No, not really.
So, let me say... I am brought up in Gishagi and Nairobi.
So you have a mix of both.
Yes, I have a mix.
At least you have your culture.
When you find my language going off a bit, I know that
it is the Gishagi, the Kirinyaga representing itself.
Yes. Okay. So I'm a psychologist, I'm a counselor. I am a mediator with the Judiciary of Kenya. And I am a peace ambassador.
More
to that, I'm a businessman dealing with the school products, ranging from books, uniforms, exams.
Wow.
And so many other things. Some of them maybe I cannot be able to mention here now. But then as we go on, I will.
Tutajua. We will know. Yes. But the most important thing is that you are a psychologist, and actually that's the reason why you're here.
Yes.
Because we need to talk about mental health.
Yes.
You're also a peace ambassador, which is also very important when it comes to our mental health. You need to find peace within yourself and with your social, your social interactions. Yes, and then you're also a mediator with the Judiciary of Kenya. We're gonna learn more about all of that. Yeah.
Yes.
Karibu to the show, as we said. It's amazing that we have you here every Wednesday. The QUORUM Show aims, to enlighten our listeners in regards to mental health. And today, tutaingia ndikni. We're going to talk about the boy child, most especially. Not that we won't talk about, the girl child or any other person, but we want to give more priority to the boys, and that's why we're having a boys round table.
That is good.
Yes, sir. So you guys, you need to keep your eyes and your ears locked on to www.254.radio or www.twitch.com, because Oscar is gonna be telling us more about mental health, especially the boy child. So many things going wrong with the boy child. And yesterday we were having a conversation with Esther from Build Her, where she actually helps the girl child get better her life through the construction industry. She trains the ladies, and then she helps them find jobs, and their lives are changed. But that was a girl's institution, and so we want to bring that balance. And so the boy child, I was telling our guest yesterday that it's not necessarily not true or false that there was a period in time where the boy child was more dominant, and the girl child was almost as a body kitu tu kakitu hapo on the side tu, unajua but now what happened was campaigns, let's be equal. If what men can do, women can do better. Those campaigns grew so much, and they became so many of them, to the point that instead of getting to a point where we got balanced, bayao ikapanda, the ladies became more empowered. And right now, correct me if I'm wrong, but right now the girl child is, to my in my view, is more empowered than the boy child. And this is because of some things to do with our culture, our belief system, our social interactions, venye tumezoea, how we were brought up. We were brought up being told that the boy child's nyinyi ni watu wa kuishi life ngumu, unafaa uzoee kukauka, unafaa uzoee kunyamazia issues, unafaa uzoee kunyanyaswa. Ni kawaida, inauma lakini utazoea tu. Hiyo ni hali ya mwanaume duniani. And so we want to change that narrative, because it's not true. It's not true. Because the only difference between a man and a woman is the fact that the woman, okay, it's not the only difference, but the biggest difference is that the woman will conceive for the man. For both of you, atabeba huyo mtoto. That is the hugest. But tuko na skin, we both bleed, we have our hearts, tunaumianga the same way. So and the boy child has had to go through a lot. And has harbored a lot in themselves. They've kept so much in themselves to the point where now tunaona vitu crazy zina happen.
Suicide rates are
so many sad stories going down.
Men,
there was a video I was watching juicy of a lady. The backstory was that this lady was having an affair with a man, and the man is a police officer, not in Kenya though, and then the lady cheats on the man, and the man finds out. So the man comes home with a gun and shoots the girlfriend about 7 times. And you think about, why would someone get to that point? Why would someone decide that this is the best way to solve this problem? And you realize it is not as easy as we've just put it. It's not as easy as that kastori nimewambia alichitiwa akakasirika akashoot. There's something deeper. This man or this woman were going through something. Unajua, maybe the lady was tired of the man. Aezi sema cause there's so many things, and these are the things that we want to talk about. So Oscar, you're going to tell us, especially when it comes to psychology, what do you deal with when it comes to psychology? Are you a therapist? Do you sit down with people and you talk to them about the problems that they are going through and how they can be able to solve them? How are you involved when it comes to psychology?
Thank you. Do you want me to go on?
Yes. Please.
One, you talked of a lady who was shot by the boyfriend or husband. The problem with us is that when two people or spouses know each other, they get used to each other to an extent that they don't want to discuss anything.
Yeah.
There's also what we call ego. The ego protects you, or it brings you to a point you don't want to discuss anything with your spouse. And so what happens, when you're thinking of a negative thing by yourself and you don't want to talk to your spouse about it, it becomes a burden to you. In your mental capacity. Now this thing, every day you're thinking about your spouse, and you're not asking them what is happening, why are
Yeah.
you doing this, why are you doing that, you know, this thing builds up in your mind, and there will come a time when now your mind will blow up. And when this mind blows up, this is when you can do that a
things
silly
that
thing
you,
like
you also
shooting.
hata wewe mwenyewe unashindwa how did I get there.
Yes, because you ask yourself questions and you answer yourself. You're not seeking to be answered by the person who is now the victim, who you should speak to. You're not asking them, why did you do this? You know, why did you do this to me?
To me,
This happens now, and when you blow up now, this is the time you get to a point of killing. This is when you will shoot. Talk of somebody who wants to commit suicide. This person has a lot, their thinking has a lot, their, you know, a disturbance, a disturbing issue. Now, because they are not seeking for help, what happens? You know, they are asking themselves questions. They are like, this is happening. You have a question by yourself and you answer yourself.
yeah,
And so what happens? You get to a point, your mind now, you get to that point of depression. And when these people are committing suicide, actually we blame them.
Yeah.
We blame them that
Yeah.
why did you have to kill yourself? They are not in their own right mind. When somebody is committing suicide, they're not in right mind. So actually we don't have to blame them. We should have helped them before they
got
get
to that point.
You know, this
Wow.
person is so depressed that the only solution for his problem is taking his life or her life.
You know, when you talk about people who've actually committed suicide, I was watching an article, I think it's on YouTube some days ago, and they were saying that there's a condition where if you go through enough stress or a lot of stress, and then you get to the point where you're now depressed, it gets to a point where your mind now starts switching against you.
Yes.
And so your mind is now telling you that, you know what, there's no solution to this. In fact, you are the problem. In fact, get rid of yourself. In fact, is this really what happens to, you know, after stress, depression? You get to a point, your mind switches up on you, and it's now against you. Like your thoughts are not helping you get out of a situation, but they are now telling you that you're stuck. This is it for you. You're not of it. You know, these people don't want you. Do we actually get to that point, Ama?
Yes, definitely you get to a point you cannot think anymore. You cannot have a solution anymore. Your mind is, you've depleted all the avenues. And so what happens? Now, when you find somebody actually blaming themselves, like I'm not worth living, I'm not good enough, that person should be helped with immediate effect. Because that person has already now gotten to a point, when you start saying you're not worth of living, you're not worth, whatever I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm causing more pain than,
Why am I suffering? And you know what happens? I don't know what came to that point that everybody thinks like when you're not living anymore, and now you exit from problems, you exit from pain, you exit from, so many things. So the mind now comes to a point whereby you need now to commit suicide. You need to get yourself out of the pain.
Out of this pain.
The pain, yes.
It's too much.
And so we have a problem. We have a problem in today's world, especially for the boy child.
Yeah.
Because boy child was brought up like a boy doesn't cry. You're pinched and you should not cry.
Yeah.
You're like whipped and you should not cry. If you cry and you're whipped, but you're told not to cry.
Unalia nini?
Now why are you crying? You're whipped again because you're crying.
Yeah.
Now this thing now made a boy who is now like, I should not cry. Even when things come, even when things are tough, I should not cry. And I should not speak about it. So
That's
when
not
you don't
healthy.
speak about everything, that's what I'm saying, like your mind will swell. If you cannot speak about your problems, your minds will swell. Your minds will swell every day.
Wow.
Every day. And it will get to a point you cannot go beyond the swelling now.
Yeah.
And now what you can do is only now to take your life.
Wow.
Now, the boy child.
Yes, the boy child.
The boy child, out of being brought up like you cannot cry, you should not cry, you should not, you have to behave like a man.
Yeah.
What is a man? We have body, we have flesh and blood.
How do you define a man?
Yeah, you cannot define a man because we have the same, our bodies.
We are built the same way
of what women have. So when you tell me I should not cry, I should not feel the pain. How
what
can't
are
I
you
feel
saying?
the pain? It's the same body. So what will happen? I will teach myself not to cry. I will teach myself not to feel the pain.
Yeah.
But deep within me, I'm feeling the pain.
And anything that comes in needs an outlet, and one day
Needs
it's
an
gonna
outlet.
explode and become
Definitely.
too much.
Definitely. When you go
Wow.
to a fish pond, it has an inlet and
An
outlet.
outlet.
So
Nice.
yes,
Let me ask
what
you.
you eat
Yeah.
comes in and goes
And
out.
has to go out. If it stays in, it's dangerous.
So
It's
when a boy is
toxic.
told not to talk about everything, like you're beaten and you're told like you should not say, you should not speak about it. Even when we talk of bullying in schools, boys are beaten and
They won't say it.
they're told
Don't.
speak about it.
Don't.
They'll kill you.
How?
Bullying.
kill
You're
you.
being bullied. You're a man.
Yeah.
You should
So
take it like
this
a
boy
man.
will like remain with what is disturbing them, and they don't have an answer for it.
True.
Yes.
Wow, man.
Let me
Samido
ask-
has a question. Huh?
Let me ask.
Yeah.
According to you, as a
Yes.
psychologist,
Yes.
do we have a boy-child crisis?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Well, what would make you come to that conclusion?
Boy
The
child
statistics, the
crisis.
suicides, the
Yes. One, let me tell you one thing.
yes.
It's funny how we are doing things because now we have had so many organizations, and let me talk of non-governmental organizations or non-profit making organizations.
Yeah.
Whereby they come with the pads for girls,
Yes.
panties for girls.
Banks for women.
Have you ever heard of anything like
No.
this thing for boys?
There's nothing for men.
Now, let's go to Masai Moran in the Masai community.
Yes.
These guys, they go through a lot before initiation.
Kill a lion.
Those guys risk their lives to become
you
men.
Know the story. I can tell you know the story.
Yeah. Ooh.
I can tell you know the story.
Wait, that was
Who
a.
has ever, is there any organization that has ever come in Kenya and say like,
Let's
we
stop
have to
this.
stand for these Masai Morans?
Wow.
Let's go to the Western Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
We have is it the Bukusu or something? The boys are taken to the river in the morning for initiation.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Wow.
There is no ile dawa ya
Hakuna ni
inaitwa
asubuhi
aje,
asubuhi ukue namba ti. And you know it doesn't make
Anesthesia.
sense. Anesthetics. Hakuna kitu kama hizo.
There's nothing like that. Who has ever come to Kenya as a non-governmental organization
To advocate
to
for the
speak for
boy.
boys from Western or even for boys from Masai? At least in Kikuyu land, we have another communities. We have westernized or
Westernized beliefs.
parents. Like they feel we have to do this, the right way.
Hospital.
No, these guys, they're exposed to so many things like diseases,
dangers to their
They live a
lives.
wild life.
Yes.
And then
so
it's
tell
tricky.
me, why can't we talk of boy-child crisis if no one has ever spoken on behalf of Masai Moran or the Western Kenya
Bukusu,
boys?
sure. There's one thing that when you say about the Bukusu Kwanza, man.
I don't know whether it's Bukusu. I'm sorry, I stand to be corrected.
I think it's Baluya Bukusu. I think it's that's yes. The boys are freezing. Na sisi watu wa news, watu wa Citizen, tunaendanga asubuhi, wamama wamejaa huko and it's news to us.
And it's news.
It's something it's kind of entertainment to us.
Yes.
And it's a sad thing for the boy child.
And FGM is
Because FGM
frowned upon.
Yes.
And it is rightfully so. I need to say that it's rightfully frowned upon. But you see, you also need to look at those dynamics because this is a young boy.
Class 8 bana.
Huu ni mtu amemaliza to primary school. They don't know a lot.
Wow.
And I don't know who. Okay, it might be the culture, but why is it that lazima this
Hardship and why
circumcision does not make you a man? It doesn't. It
does
or
it?
does it?
Does hardship make you a man? Or the culture has conditioned us to believe
To
that.
believe that
You know
you have
what
to go through
happens-
this for you to now be called a man.
You know, we have culture believes that whatever you do, you're doing it for a purpose.
Okay.
Maybe for a certain stage. Because in Kikuyu land, mostly you find like boys get circumcised in class 8.
After class 8,
Actually,
yeah.
Bukusus do it, I think, from
Earlier.
class 6, 7,
Yeah,
8,
it's
7.
earlier, bro. It is
guys.
earlier.
And you know, these guys.
What?
I only talked of initiation. I did not talk of. I only talked of the traditional way of initiation.
Yeah.
But talk of they're even smeared with the cow dung.
True.
And slapped.
They are
Yes,
naked.
if you cry,
by now.
You cannot cry,
And
by the way.
they're
If you cry,
naked.
and they're
So-
outside naked and guys are watching.
Yes.
you
And
walked-
watu wa media
you walked
wako
Na watu wa
through
media hadi uko kwa camera. You can imagine this
kijiji,
person growing
you know,
up.
the town around home. You're
Walking
naked like you're
naked.
singing and you know.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's
How
somehow-
traumatizing
that's-
can be that-
we call
how
that,
can that be?
You call that trauma. You know,
That's
you call-
trauma.
It can be
You're causing
traumatizing.
these kids trauma.
Wow.
Yes, they think it's a culture thing, but it's a trauma.
Wow.
They're going through.
Because I'm sure about 90% of them will be troubled by it.
Yes.
They'll be troubled.
They will.
I was asking, when it comes to like juzi too, we were having a conversation with someone named Daniel Weke, the president of Wakanda, and he was telling me something very interesting. He was telling me that he was going through depression for a very long time.
And he didn't
He didn't even know he was going through depression.
Yes.
He was just feeling, me, I'm low. Maybe it's because I don't have a
not-
job,
yes.
or I'm not happy. I'm just feeling
I'm
like
not being
I'm not
successful
me.
as a man, you know.
And then it was later that they discovered, kumbe it was not lack of job. Kumbe it was not lack of kitu ya kufanya. It was not being idle. It was actually, I was going through stress and I was depressed. So, you know, that brought a lot of questions to me. Like, how are we
Amen.
supposed to know
that we are going
that you're going through
something.
stress, you're being depressed? How are you
Yes.
supposed to
Thank you. There are so many people who are depressed. There's so many people who have issues of mental
Trauma.
health, but they do not know.
Yeah.
Not only men, even women. Now, because we're talking about boy child, I've just said that boy child is like trained from day one.
Yeah.
You're a boy. You should behave like
You're
a
a
boy.
man.
There's one lady who used to play. I don't know whether it's right to mention that. There's a certain show in Kikuyu that used to come in one of the radio stations. I won't mention. And this lady was depressed. And until now, she got out of her mind, like, you know, something like bipolar disorder or schizophrenia.
Wow.
She was helped. She was taken to a hospital. And now when she got healed, people are coming to her and telling her, like, hey, so and so, you know, the signs that you're talking about, I have them.
I have them. I'm going
And
through the
so
same.
I suspect that I'm also depressed. I need to be taken to a hospital. You know, there's so many people who are sick. Driving.
Yeah.
Others, you know, helping the public, you know, in public offices.
They have to be in offices.
They're
at
in
7.
offices. But now, they do not know.
Wow.
You are the people who can see the problem. Somebody who is schizophrenic. What do I mean with the schizophrenic?
They
I mean,
hear voices.
let me just try to elaborate. The schizophrenic disorder. It's what wanaitaga mwenda wazimu.
Yeah,
That's what we
cheesy.
call
Mwenda.
Schizophrenia.
we call it schizophrenic,
Yeah.
which is actually caused by Alzheimer.
Alzheimer's.
Yes, is also a disease that leads now to schizo.
Oh.
Now, somebody who is mad, I'm trying to use my simple language
Yeah.
so that you can understand or people can understand. Somebody who is a schizo disorder, who has a schizo disorder,
Yeah.
cannot know they are sick. When I'm mad,
Wow.
I cannot know I'm mad. When you're depressed, you cannot know you're depressed.
So how do you help them? How do
No.
they get help?
Now, that is why we should look at signs of mental health problems, disorders, and we advise family members and friends how to deal with somebody
them.
who is going out of their way.
Wow.
Because when I find you doing funny things than I know you, you're going out of your way, I should look for a solution for that. Not like wait until you umetokana kabisa ndio nianze kupeleka hosi. Hapana, I should come and tell you, hey, Muthondu, I can see something is wrong. Hey, Sami, I can see, you know.
You should.
And then, you know, you cannot tell when you're mad. You do not know.
It's only the other people.
reality.
It's only other people who can see. And even those who are schizophrenic, they see us as mad people.
The mad ones, yeah.
Yes. There's also a disorder that we call bipolar disorder.
True.
Which we talk of extreme, somebody who is extreme
Goes
happy,
to the extreme and
sad.
Yeah.
You know, it can go either negative.
Is it the same as
positive.
borderline?
The borderline disorder.
Disorder.
Borderline? You're
Almost.
It's all the same.
It's there. Yeah.
The bipolar part
And so somebody who is there
doesn't
will
know.
not differentiate good or bad, but they see us doing like we are the ones who are sick.
Wow. So what
So they look at us and they're like, you guys have a problem. You guys
You have
need
a problem,
help.
Yes. So
Wow.
when he's taking his own face, you know,
and eating.
he feels you don't know you're eating pizza, you're eating the
you're
wrong
eating
thing,
crap,
you
man.
know.
Let me. So you're saying
That's
what we need
tricky.
to do is like educate people. More people should be knowledgeable about
In
the
families,
science.
yes, friends, families.
So we
should
should
know.
make like this conversation a normal conversation
Yes.
around families.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
You should
sir,
let
man. Say
family
what?
members know that when somebody starts behaving in a different
In a
way,
certain way than you guys are
than
used
he
to.
used to, you should know there is a
Find
problem.
out why they're doing it.
Because people are driving. Actually, this road, there's over thousands of people driving in this highway who are sick, but they do not know.
Wow.
And you see those people, you see like, you know, like doing funny things like
Yeah,
this
so
and
Mekasirika,
this,
road
CG,
rage.
like, you know,
Yes.
these people are sick.
Wow. Wow.
When you talk of behaviors in the roads,
Yeah.
like a matatu comes and you know,
Inakuingia tu,
unaanza kukasirika for
unakasirika.
no reason.
Yes.
Na mutaenda tu.
Chill, let them go. You know, it will help you. Actually, you develop a disease from
Getting angry.
Yes,
constantly.
getting angry.
Wow. So anger can be that.
anger
bad.
is
So
one
that's
of the
one of the
worst.
signs.
Yes.
Like petty things are getting you so pissed off.
Yes.
Vitu kidogo watu
Petty
mtu
things.
amekuingia. Na mko kwa highway, mtu amekuingia na mnaendelea just mama
Kasirika mpaka
umejam.
get
Unamuita majina.
umekasirika.
Umekasirika vibaya sana.
Yes.
But I think road rage is also one way of there are people who when they get on the road they get angry.
Not really. Not really.
So they have issues.
One,
It's an issue.
look at those people who, let me say a bit, I beg to be corrected, that somebody who has gotten enough education will not behave like that.
Unaelewa hizi ni vitu za kawaida tu zina
Yeah,
happen.
you develop some, patience and tolerance. You know, tolerance is one of the things that we should have all of us.
In life.
Yes.
It's a life skill one should
Because
possess.
one, my friend, even when you marry,
Eh,
do not expect that
it will be
you will have an
easy.
angel in the house. You know, if you don't tell your wife you don't want the socks dropped there, dirty socks here, you tell her to drop in the in the basket. She won't know.
Yeah.
We need to speak about things, small things in the house that we need to do so that people can understand each other. Tolerance is one thing that we should have as a community, as a family, as a society.
We should be patient.
Because you will never find an angel.
Wow.
You will never find an angel. Like she comes in your house, she knows you like this thing done this way, you like this food this way,
Reads
you
your
like
mind.
dresses, clothes like this way.
Yeah.
You have to teach them. You have to tell them.
Wow.
You have to tell them this is the way I like things.
Wow.
But if you don't say, you'll now start having, problems within yourself. I said your mind will swell every day, because she's doing what you don't like.
Wow.
Very very interesting conversation right there. Oscar anasema kuna watu tu wanakasirikanga. Very petty things and they're very angry, and these are deep seated issues. Si hata hiyo yenye imemkasirisha imefanya akasirike. They were angry right from before. Ni venye hiyo imeamsha hasira. Si ndio? Yeah, that's a trigger.
Yes, when
yo man,
we go for music
definitely we're gonna go for a short music break.
Ninaona Peter Njagi akitaka kujua from Oscar that kama we are raising weak men, is the society raising weak men?
Wow.
We talk about that.
We definitely get to know if we are weaker
Are we becoming weak
as a society. www.254.radio, that's where you need to be at. Ama wende pale www.twitch.com, or you can actually just make it easier on yourself. Go ahead and download the Radio 254 application so that you can, have this shows right at your fingertips. The boys are discussing mental health, and we are talking about why boys don't talk about their problems, and we're discovering it's a cultural thing. It is a belief system that has been installed in us like a software. We need to uninstall it. We need to uninstall that software so that we can actually be more free to talk about our problems. Ama vipi, when we come back, we get to know more. Oscar is gonna expound. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and take a short music break. Major featuring bro yake right here on www.254.radio, the Quorum Show. Niko Poa coming up. Take care of yourselves, manze, mpaka turudi. Keep your questions ready, tafadhali. Ma questions ziko. So when we come back, tunaongea kidogo and then we will read the comments. Indio, the questions that you guys have. Alright, so get ready, ask your questions, and make sure you also request your music. The Quorum Show is still ongoing. Na chiki imefika saa 9 on the dot. It is what it is, manze.
Yeah, tangu nikuje Nairobi, watu wangu wa majengo sijawasahau. Sikia hii bro, najua nimekosa sana, ndo nimeandika hii barua mjue vile nafanya. Hope uko Nyeri bado munakazana, kabla niendelee salimia sana mother. Najua unashindwa wapi nilikuwa nalala. Kilimo alinichukua kaniweka kama brother, kanipatia mavazi na kitu ya kumanga. Tangu nitoe ngoma yangu ya ulevi, huku Nairobi nimejua watu wengi. Wengine wazuri, wengine wanipendi, sijali. Majengo linifunza kaki jeshi. Huku Kalif muenda jino moja, ama bezi ya masidi kushikisha gomba. Doi kingia nitakuja kuwaona. Kina Omari, kina Juma, kina Zoa. We wasalimie na uambie niko poa. Yeah, niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sija watupa jamaa, niko poa. Niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sija watupa jamaa, hope mko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika, lakini ukuniambia kama mihogo yangu ilifika. Ukunyeri na kuambia tu ni mashida, mpaka nimefikiria kuanza kuwapiga ngeta. By the way, yule mama Mkamba, mama Katanga siku za shakuwa mwizi. Yoko nalivuta kiombigo walichizi. Utatoa moshi, nebro mkubwa na kazana na dini. Sana Nairobi nataka nikuje lini. Siku moja hivi nishikishe miti. Nasikia Nairobi wanakuita, lakini kumbuka mafanzi wa madhali niambia umtumie ganzi. Miss kupiti yangu nenda kunywa maji, lakini nakuombea endelea na kazi.
Niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sija watupa jamaa, niko poa. Niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sija watupa jamaa, hope mko poa. Hello, ni nani?
Promesa sauti yangu kiati.
Pole, ulinunua simu bana, hatuwezi nipigia mimi nipate namba.
Hii ni simu ya jamii, hata sina kredita katika saa hii.
Hello, mulipata zile doni nilituma on Sato.
Wase uniuliza utakuja lini. Usiwasahau hata kama unakatiti. Ukikatiti usisahau kititi.
Nikikuja ndawanunulia maji, Mobama mtakunywa na majagi.
Wazi ndo meanza kuongea.
Wase wa ghetto usisahau kuambia, kama Mungu aliniondolea now nina damu ya umajengo.
Wazigotea watu wa Nairobi,
wazigotea majengo ya Nyeri. Simu itakatika nitakupigia jioni.
Agota
niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sijawatupa jamaa, niko poa. Niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sijawatupa jamaa, hope mko poa. Niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sijawatupa jamaa, niko poa. Niko poa.
Leta barua yako nilishika.
Sijawatupa jamaa, hope mko poa.
Eyes don't speak. Me ushika pen book nanza kuzi-write down teke tena fast and quick. Storyline juu ya book nuzi-change nikalo kwengu sema gati na kwa confuse. High juu ya vitu mi use na venye naziban chain na ita-views. Fast all in my mind, kind but na dem wish me good. So sai muna dai ni do show nikipigizo mikono juu. I'm having a nice time, no bad man energy, everything good. Selfish people, we not respect them car, them a bad man. Them a drive go stop me, but them no say that.
From the Wild West,
favor, I'm blessed, don't stop, go try. Say, I am the best, I'm from the Wild West. Nipidi na favor, I'm blessed, don't stop, go try. Say, I am the best. What a beautiful chick. Nataka sit on the picnic. Bitch, I'm true, isn't pata nikicheat. Expensive, me, I'm not cheap. Siko nayo fika mupendaka yako hip. Lately, nakuona kwa dream, nakuona hadi ukioga. Nika rich, pata job ka wash, jalishi. Pata za kubonya, za kudishi. Mupendaka vile bado, miuishi. Yangu shikanisha matanga mazishi. Muishi na ngori na bado naishi. Ngori ni kuishi, ngori si kuishi. Ngori ni kuishi na ngori ni ngori. Ngori juu ya ngori si ni ngori ngori. Matime nikosea musema kasori. Frasi lazima kuna kitu pori. Smart mtani jua si kwa chopi. I'm from the Wild West. Nipidi na favor, I'm blessed, don't stop, go try. Say, I am the best, I'm from the Wild West. Nipidi na favor, I'm blessed, don't stop, go try. Say, I am the best. So ini ya wale matime juliza kawai. Mbona rade kuwe chafuka wengine kusafi. Na kuka type twende basi na wakati. Patience ushandisha mangati. I'm from the Wild West. Nipidi na favor, I'm blessed, don't stop, go try. Say, I am the best, I'm from the Wild West. Nipidi na favor, I'm blessed, don't stop, go try. Say, I am the best.
What was this week question?
All right, Watunguyas, we are back. Eyes don't speak right there by Zero Sufuri. Before that, Q bringing us Mwanake got me by surprise. Yes, manze, mangoma moto moto right here on www.254.radio, the biggest, the baddest, and the guanest show. This right here is the QUORUM show. The boys are in the building, of course. My name is BIKO, the big CEO, just in case you didn't know.
My good name is ABORN, Mr. Sammy Muthondu, and you already know Kenya tunafanya leo on Mental Health Wednesday.
Oscoff, and we are hosting the show with Oscar, who is enlightening
Mutugi
us,
King,
by the way. I feel like my head is growing bigger.
Bana.
We
niko na notebook.
Umeandika mwa Kenya.
Kuandika tu. I'm writing bana.
So while the music was playing, we were having a very serious conversation. Very serious. Kuna jamaa ameniambia anaitwa Peter.
Anaitwa Peter Njaga.
Peter Njaga ameuliza a very very serious question. A question that I've never really thought of. And the question, Oscar, is directed to you. Anauliza, is our society currently raising weak men? Okay. Are we raising weak men? Now, by weak men, what do we mean?
Maybe we can start with what we mean by weak men. Weak men, a weak person means is is just like a sort of a disabled person.
They like willpower.
Yes, you don't have power over anything.
Anything at all.
Yes. Now, let me answer the question. We are not raising weak men. We are the ones who are weak because we are raising strong men to be weak.
Oh, wait. Wow. We are making strong men weaker.
To be weak. One, I want you to get this. Children learn through observation.
Very true.
They do not learn through teachings.
Yeah.
A child learns through observing what the parents are doing, how they're behaving. If dad came drunk, if dad fought mom, if my brother fought my sister, if, whatever happens, they are seeing. They are able to learn through seeing. That's what I'm calling observation. If you sit them down and tell them, this is what we do, this is how it should be done, this is how it's done, they might not get it because they're not to that age of being taught.
They need to
from the word go, from day one, When you see a child who cannot speak looking at you like this and like you're fighting the mother, you think they're not recording. They're recording. When you shout at the mother, hey, sijui what? Why did you cook like this? This flat food, you know. The child can hear that.
Learning.
They can hear because they have ears. They can also see. Now, the reason why we will have weak men is because of the way we behave. We are drinking before our children.
Yeah.
We are having girlfriends before our children. In front of them.
Sure.
You know, we are doing funny things in front of them. And this is one reason why we are thinking we are raising weak men.
Weak men.
Because they will follow at our footsteps.
So we're actually not raising weak men. We are making strong men.
Men.
This is what I've gathered from what you've just said. When you have a little child, ukiwa na mtoto kwa nyumba, that child is not weak.
They're not weak.
That child is born strong. That's why they've made it.
It's a product of what you've now manufactured yourself.
It is what you feed into their mind that makes them stronger or even weaker.
We are also the manufacturers of our own atmosphere.
Environment.
Papanua hiyo kidogo.
I mean, if you want to be happy, you're the one to create your own happiness.
Ooh, I like that.
If you want your family to be happy, you're the one to make your family happy. You don't sit back and wait for your family to make you happy. Start by an example.
Peter umesikia, we're not raising weak men.
We
are feeding strong men information that is making them weak.
Yes.
Tunawanyang'anya nguvu yao, tunawafanya wakue. And it is by what we are doing.
We are misguiding them, we are misdirecting them, you know. It's us, not them.
Let me ask a related question. Are men lacking mentors? Are we lacking mentors?
Yeah, we are lacking mentors because, as I said before when we were off air, that a man believes another man should fight his own space. When I believe I fought it by myself, yes, where I am, I've fought it myself as I speak now.
Sure.
If my passion is not to see other people or other children be
fight
where
the
I
same
am,
battle,
then I will not help them. If I am happy to raise a generation that will be more than me, I should become a mentor for them. I should mentor them. I should be somebody to them. I should show them the way. But if I don't show them the way because I was not shown the way, then they don't have a mentor.
Wow, man, it's amazing. While we were off air, kidogo tu tukisikiza muziki hapo, there's something that Oscar said, and he said that in regards to this point, the men will never fight for the men.
Yes, the
women will never fight for the women, but we will fight for the opposite.
Yes, conclusion ilikuwa that men the worst enemy were men. Usually say that women is the worst enemy.
Because I thought it was a women issue where the women do not support. There's so much hate.
Maybe you can prove me wrong. How have you ever found any man that has pulled your hand and come, my
this
brother,
is what
come from this pit?
Let me give you a practical example of how men are destroying men.
Yes.
This is a personal experience.
Yes.
Nimemaliza high school Mutunguyas.
Kabisa.
Sawa. And I'm there and I'm sitting with my mom and I'm wondering, what do I want to do with my life? You know that period. What do I want to study? What do I want to become? And at that time, to be honest with you, I had no idea. I had no clue. So my mom is telling me, look at some of your relatives.
Your uncles.
There's an uncle of yours anafanyanga kazi place. I won't mention because most probably anasikiza. And I'm not saying this sikuchuki by the way. It's just that ulinifunza. So I look at the uncle. The uncle is doing has a very beautiful career, akona gari, familia mzuri, lives a very akikuja kwenu anakujanga na gifts. And my mom feels, and also me too, I feel like that's a very successful person. I would like to be like that person, And so we decide, you know what, whatever they studied,
I study
You have
that.
to do the same.
I will do the same.
What?
So
Hey.
that's not even the problem. I go and study. Bro, I dedicate 2 good years of my life
To study
doing a
that.
diploma just to study the same way. And then I'm done. It gets to a point where now I need an internship.
Yes.
And you know that guy had come home before I started studying this thing. Alikuwa amekuja nyumbani.
Kusaidia.
Akakaa chini na mzazi wangu na you know, and we were having this conversation and anasema nitakupeleka attachment. Nitakupeleka. In fact, ukifika hapo we niambie, just call me. See, I'm there. I call. Uncle, itakuaje?
Maliza shule.
Naambiwa nitafute attachment ndio nimalize hizi vitu zote sasa. Attachment tu sawa, I'll help you. Bro. That was the last time I was having that conversation with that uncle.
Uko na the same story.
Alikuwa ananiita tao.
For real.
You know, this uncle would call me, tell me, I need you to be in town in an hour.
Unakuja bio.
Na amekupigia saa hiyo. Hauna fare, hauna kitu, but the good thing is my mom was supportive, very supportive. So, mom, naomba nikimbie tao, naweza pelekwa mahali. Shika kimbia. You know, I rush. Hadi nachukua tuk-tuk, nachukua hadi nduthi tao, tupata eneo, nisichelewe hata kidogo. And then I get there, ananiambia, nataka uningoje hapa. Nakuja. She goes, he does his things, he does it, anakuja, mimi ndio ananipeleka, nataka niende nikabuy sijui nini ya home, you know, shopping, he does the shopping for his house, buys things for the kids, niweke hizi vitu kwa gari, nipanguzie hii gari kioo inakaa. Bro, I became that person. Mtu wa mkono, the errand boy. Nilikuwa naitwa tao, naambiwa nimebuy hizi vitu nipelekee home.
Jioni atakupea kitu.
Ulisoma miaka mbili.
Sasa hata akinipea kitu anipea soso mbili. Unaona? Soso mbili. Na at that time so you know, when you said men are the worst enemies of men, because if this guy was not in a position to actually get me an attachment, that's all he had to say. Sitaweza.
Nashindwa.
In my position siwezi, you know.
Let me ask your story. In place yenye tuko, like kitambo kidogo, you would think that men in the society walikuwa wanafaa wa raise the next generation of men and wa raise competent next generation of men. What nashindwa time are men not giving the other men game, our side hawa wanaume wengine kubecome, are we not giving other men game?
By game you mean like
skill,
we're not
knowledge,
we're not trying to uplift them by sharing the skills and the knowledge we have.
If I may try to answer that, this culturally, that is how it should be in every community.
Men should raise men.
That men should show boys way. When I'm talking of men are grown-ups.
Yes.
Boys
are coming up.
So you cannot mentor a man. You mentor a boy.
Oh, it's true.
Is it true?
Wow.
Samaki mkunje. Yes,
na Kikuyu wanasema dogeruga muti mukuru no rugira muti muigo muti munini, you know.
Yes.
Very very
Mukwajo
fresh.
umaga ikuriro.
Yes, I will translate.
Yes. So I mean men mentor boys.
Yeah.
And culturally this is what we believe. Actually, I think it's in Africa, not only in Kenya, that men should mentor boys. And women should mentor girls. Now, as I said, there's one thing I want to add up. It is in human being. It is in human being to be jealous.
We are born jealous.
We are born jealous.
It is a trait we have in us.
Yes. It is only your mom and your dad
who will teach you,
who would want to see you successful.
The best. True. The best in you. Okay.
Do you want to swallow that?
I know someone's mom who would not want to see them successful.
It is only your parents, biological parents, who would want to see you successful.
The rest are just
The rest will behave like, we are happy, hey, we are happy that you graduated, we are happy that you did ABCD. But it is not, it's only in their
The
lips,
mouth. Not
not in their heart and mind.
yeah.
And this is why we feel like, even when you go to those communities, our communities, that is, you find like somebody who was rich 20 years ago never did anything to help the community. Like to mentor a few boys.
Yes. Who would take up the space?
Who will take up the mantle.
Wow.
To be more like him or more than him.
Wow.
I mean, more like him.
It's true.
Or more than him.
More than him.
Sure.
So, because they want to remain them, the gods, the demigods, let me say it.
Wow.
Maybe.
I'm going to ask you a question just based off on that. Do you think it is an African thing where we want to hold on to our possessions? Because, for instance, your parents, most or some of the parents will not want to see you completely independent, even though you might be leaving them. The same thing is happening to our politicians here in Kenya, like in Africa, not even Kenya. People don't want to leave the positions, especially men. Mtu hataki kutoka kwenye yuko. You don't want to leave the skills that you have to the next generation to now change it, which is now things that are happening right now in Kenya. You'll find that
the same.
Let me just talk about politics. I don't like talk about politics, but I'll touch on it. Kiasi tu. When I was born, uko ma 1990s, kuna leaders, politicians who are
vying for presidency.
Not even vying, but still, yo uko kwa hiyo laini, tuko pamoja. But I'm not trying to be political. What I'm saying is, in Africa, we have katabia flani where you want to remain in that position forever. Hata kwetu kijijini, unajua, acha nikushow, unaona chairman wako kwa kijiji Kenya naishi, kanaitwa Jua Kali.
Forever.
Do you know, when I was a kid growing up, hata hatuko tunaishi huko, I used to visit. Yeye ndio alikuwa chairman, and up to today yeye.
Hata 10 years from now.
And you see, if that's what's happening, our kids are learning. Mtoi wako akikaa hivi aone huu mtu tangu nizaliwe hadi. Kwa hivyo, when I get to power, I should never let it go. No one else can have it. And this is one of the things that are destroying us.
Thank you.
Is it a psychological thing?
Or a cultural thing?
It is a psychological thing because I don't know where to start this. One, people don't want to leave seats because, they're not opening their eyes wide. When you just become, you're restricted in a certain area, like a zero grazing thing, you won't see far.
Yeah.
Wow.
When you think you can only be a prime minister, you can only be an MP, you can only be an MCA, you won't think of the next position that you can become.
Yeah, true.
A president can become something else after being a president.
Really?
Once
in
you
Kenya?
leave the position, not in Kenya. Not in Kenya. The problem is that they have money.
And that's
nothing else that you want in this country because you've been up there. But if you're an MP, an MC, a minister, you can be somebody else. Why would you want to stay there? Now, let's go back to the family setup, whereby we have boys now and girls.
And they're learning these things.
Yes. This is where we, how do I put it? How do I frame it? We want to build, okay, let me talk in general, not the nuclear family.
Yeah.
A family person who is like, maybe, mostly you find like in an extended family, there's one person who is well up. They don't want to be overtaken.
Clearly.
Because psychologically he believes he should be the only one who is up
at
there.
the top. Wow.
So they don't want to mentor somebody in that family to be better than them.
For
That's a
change.
problem.
Wow.
That's a problem.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
This is sort of personal, si sana. But in your family, do you have a relative who's living in the United States, UK, Maju? Kuna relative Maju.
Yes, I do.
Did you know them before they went?
Yes, I do. I did.
You did.
Yes.
Now, if you compare, don't mention who they are. Atutaki makesi. Did you know them before they go, and how is their behavior now when you compare it to how it was?
I don't know actually. Maybe most likely you want an answer for your question, which I don't know. Maybe you have it in yourself. But definitely, what happens? People goes to Maju, and they're like, you expected a lot from them.
Yes.
Like you expected them to connect you to
Gifts,
go. You
expected
them
some
to
support,
show you the way they
some
used to
sort
go.
of support.
Yeah, you expected them to show you the way they used to go to where they are. But definitely, life in Maju is just like the
life we have here.
A life we have here, and a life that we sort of do in social media. Somebody who sees me in social media thinks like I'm living
this is it.
Mutu
amekafunga,
which is not true. I'm also focusing on another level that I want to get.
Now I get
not
the point you're going
satisfied.
to.
And so if you come to my space, you will know that I have problems.
Wow.
If you live with me, closely to me, you live in my house, you will know that I don't have the best. I don't have what I would want. I have not gotten what I want. And so I don't want you to know that I'm not living large. I will not allow you, even in Kenya.
That answers the
even
question.
in Kenya, to come and know I'm not to my expectation. Now, that person who is Maju there and comes here once in a holiday, ana spoil kila mtu mna
unapelekwa ukunywe Java, umezoea kahawa ya nyumba.
They want to show you they are living large, but then
they have their own troubles.
Wako na life yao pia.
Let me tell you, in Maju, let's talk of UK. If you have a son and a daughter, you're given a 3-bedroom house.
Even
you can only have a 3-bed according to the laws of Britain. You can only have a 3-bedroom because a daughter needs to have a bedroom
and a son
needs
and
to
they can't
because
share.
you cannot mix them. They cannot share. Now, what I mean, if you have 2 girls, you'll have a 2-bedroom because girls can share. And you and your wife one room, so a 2-bedroom house.
Yeah.
Now, you coming from Kenya hapa Korogosho wapi, Mathare wapi.
Mnaweza ishi bed
Sasa
sita.
unataka mimi I host you in UK and I have a 2-bedroom house where I have 2 girls and myself and wife, let's say. How do I host you?
Haitawaka.
How do I host you? It won't work because even when you're registering here that you're coming to Maju, you have to say you're going to Oscar's house, this number, because it indicates the number where you're going, the estate. And then, for how long are you going to stay? They can check and see that I have 2 daughters and I have a 2-bedroom house. How are you going to live there as a son, another son coming in my house, and I don't have a son you can share the home, the bedroom?
Okay.
It won't be possible.
Okay.
It won't be possible.
No wonder.
I am doing shadow work. Let me not call it shadow work. I'm sorry to use that word. Because the majority of works that are available are the home cares and whatever, caring for the old and whatever. You think I work in the office when you're in Kenya? I'm there. You think I work in the office, but really
you're doing a very challenging job.
Very challenging work. Yes, it's well paying. I will go home with my 60,000 a day. Yeah, but then unashidaga huku mkisema bro wangu ako Majuvu anafanya tempoa amejenga plots Githu, a lot of plots, but then I don't want you to know what I do.
But don't you think that's the issue? Don't you think that's the issue? Like, kama umeenda Maju, siwaambie watu wako, this is what I'm doing. This is what cause
are you willing to come and do the same?
Unajua acha nikushow, cause it brings in a lot of issues. like for instance, if you are close with a relative alafu waende and now they are going through a lot, and you know hata life ya huko see the same, you know the expenses, chakula ni expensive. Even if you're being paid the 60,000 the whatever, you have to eat, you have to pay the rent, you have to pay your bills. So the 60,000 is still being spent. Yeah, why can't they just say, because I think this is why my issues mingi za familia mnaanza kupigana, mental issues zinaanza.
This is where we started. We said we need to speak about everything.
Anything
and anything. You have openness. A wife, be open. Talk about everything. Talk about, I got like 500 today, I got like 250 today, can we plan on what to do with this 250? Because your wife will think you went to work and you came with 1,000, which is not true.
Imagine.
And
so you're budget here 1,000 and you have 200 bob.
Let's be open.
You can imagine.
Speak of 250 that you earned. Let's plan. Can we buy unga quota, mafuta quota, avocado, skuma, and we are good to go.
Okay.
That is how love flourishes.
Wow. Men find it hard to communicate. I would say that
because of how we were brought
up. Because of how we were brought up.
Yes.
But my question is, like, how can we come out of that programming? How can we find safe spaces where we can talk maybe as men, ama sisi wenyewe, ama we only need therapy?
Yeah, or I should let me rephrase that question. When you're having your clients, especially in regards to psychology, and you want them to come out of a problem, what are these steps that you ask them to take? What are some of the things that you try to, you know, let's assume there's someone who has issues to do with akili yao. They don't think their self-worth, they feel their self-esteem is just depleted, it goes zero, they feel like they're not worth it. What are the steps that you take to try and heal?
1,000 miles journey starts with one step.
Yes, lazima uanze.
So you have to start somewhere.
Where do we start?
Starting somewhere means if you want to see change, it has to start with you. It has to start with you.
Sure.
When you bring in a wife, you will have to show them how you want things done. You cannot preach water and drink
drinking konyagi.
Yes, all konyagi. Yes. No. Your wife comes. Let them know everything about you.
This is how I am.
The problem of men, us, we want to be our lives. We want our lives to be mysterious, you know.
Actually, that's very true.
Something that no one can, unleash. You know, no one can
decode you. You want to just be a mystery.
So, what I mean, change begins with you. One, change begins in your mind. If you cannot change your mind, you cannot change anything.
Physical.
So where to start is to change your mind.
Change your mindset.
Yeah, I'm Samia. Your name
BIKO.
is I have to make my, you have a generation to make.
Yeah.
You came from your mom. He came from his mom, the mom. Now you're starting your own generation. Let's talk about this way.
Yeah.
Your mom's generation is you, but now you're starting your
a new generation.
How do you want your generation to be? This is the way. I want them to be church goers. I want them
spiritual.
to be spiritual. I want them to be
stable, educated.
Whatever you want them, whatever you want.
So you have to be those things.
Them,
you have
make
to be
them.
Those.
You first of all have to be those things.
Yes.
If you want them to go to church, go to church.
Go to church. Show them the church.
Wow.
Now,
if you want them to communicate, talk.
Yes. Whatever you want to see in them.
Wow.
Do it. You have to be it first.
Because that is why we talked of mentorship.
That is the simplest way to put it, actually.
Sure. Now,
Cindy.
Yes. Now, if you bring in your wife and you don't show them the way, so akikuja unamwonyesha show ndio hiyo. Bed ndio hiyo. Dining ndio hiyo. What is, wherever it is. Tell them what you want done.
Expect.
What you don't want done. It's easy as that. It's so easy. And then if there is a problem, let it be communicated before the sun goes down.
Usilale nayo.
Musidoze na
If you
mangori.
go to sleep with an issue that you have not discussed with your wife and it was a problem to you, that is one of the stress now. You went to sleep, something was disturbing you, but you didn't speak to your wife about it.
When you woke up, it was big, it grew.
Utakuwa usiku wote masaa 12 utakuwa uko na questions na umejijazia wewe mwenyewe hizo questions. And that's how you blow up your
things
mind.
get out of proportion.
Yes. You know, speaking is, you know, it's just a therapy. Tell your wife, I want food mokimo, I want ugali, I want chips, I want nyama done like this, not dry fry. It's a wet fry. I want ugali like ngumu.
This is what I like.
Soft.
This is what I
want
don't
ugali
like.
soft. I want, you know, whatever you want. The small things. We normally talk of the small things done in a unique way.
Wow.
Watunguza, I hope you guys are taking notes. I really hope you guys have notebooks. Do the small things in a very unique way. Be open. In fact, that is the best way to let people know, you know, what you want or what you expect, especially in a family setting, which is where most stresses come from.
Let's go to the family. Let's get back to the family setup. This famous or renowned radio presenter anaitwa Oga Obina. Just yesterday alitokea akisema that 75% of men are in relationships they don't want to be in. 75% of men are raising kids they don't want to raise with the women.
They're raising with
wako in the wrong type of relationships. Nikuulize first of all kama maybe hiyo statistic ni true ama, and then uniambie why do men end up in the wrong relationships at how married their type,
even wrong friendships.
They don't marry their type. They don't do the work that fulfills them. They just in the wrong field killer time.
Most men are living the wrong life.
Yes.
I captured two things. Being in the wrong relationships and raising
children with the wrong women.
No, you know, those are good, you know, observations. There's nothing like raising
kids with the wrong woman,
raising kids with the wrong person, and the other one was in the wrong relationship.
Yes, not marrying their type.
What can you tell me?
The woman they love.
Can you tell me why would you call a relationship the wrong relationship?
Well, the thing
and
is,
you started somewhere.
Alisema we don't marry. Ule msichana ulikuwa unapenda is not the one you marry as a man. You end up either conforming
to something else.
Yes, conforming to something
else.
No,
this is what we call getting casual.
Yes,
and then it gets serious.
Sasa, can I use nasty words like you know, we get used to each other, like you can fart in front of me. So we get used to each other. And now I start seeing like, oh, this girl, I never thought she can fart.
That's what I
You get?
What up?
Now, there is no wrong relationships. We build relationships every day. One,
wow.
If you slept with that lady, that was the right person. Why did you sleep with somebody you don't want to be?
So something.
You don't
and
want
you are not
to
forced.
be your wife. Did you actually first had an insight or a deep thinking about the repercussion of sleeping with this lady?
Children.
Because you definitely know after sleeping with her, there can come a child. Then you say you're raising kids with the wrong
one.
How? If it was first love that made you go to an extent where you went like you slept together, this is your rib. Make it the best.
Make it work.
Build
Make
it
work
every day. Do you know what? I talked of tolerance. Did you remember? Can you remember that?
Yeah. You say that.
You will never get the best.
You just have to be patient.
Akipika ugali vibaya anajua kupika chapati vizuri. Akipika chapati vibaya anajua kupika ugali vizuri.
Take what you get.
Are we together?
And build on it.
Like no one is 100% like they will do chapati, ugali, mukimo, and nyama, everything like 100%. It will never happen.
Wow.
I think what Sammy was addressing is ni ukweli.
Now I'm coming to Oga Obina. My daughter is a fan of Oga Obina. Every day I have to see Obina, and you know this guy. He's coming home tired, and the kids are like, daddy. You know, I've become a fan of him because of my daughter.
Yeah.
This guy is trying. He's trying, and I actually don't know anything about him, but my daughter knows everything about him. Me, I know nothing about him. My daughter knows everything about him. Like, this kid belongs to a certain mother, this kid belongs to a certain
anajua baby mamas wote.
This is a gentleman.
Yeah.
This is a gentleman. Because he never threw away these kids.
Doesn't.
And he will never do it.
He's doing what he
supports
can do
them
as a
all
man.
the way.
He's supporting them every now and then. Even when it comes from a jig, like, you know, at 11 p.m., he's still going to sit and listen to them. Hata unaona macho yake inafunga.
Analala.
Na bado anamwambia daddy, sijui what. You know, that is the sacrifice now. I'm telling you guys.
Man.
You marry a wife, you comes home, she wants to hear from you, she wants to talk to you, you're tired, you're angry because kwa barabara ulitusiwa na driver wa matatu, kazini ulitusiwa na mkubwa,
ma comments zilikuja ukastuka.
Yes, you have to be you. Now this is where I say you have to carry the burden of a man.
Wow.
You have to respond to everything as a man. Like, yes, this is my wife, I have to take care of you. These are my kids, I have to take care of you. Yes, I'm tired, but I have to listen to you. Sometimes I come home late, like 11, 12, and they're waiting for me. Hey, unajua neighbor, sijui maji ilifanya, sijui kulifanya, sijui stima. I have to listen, even if I don't have an answer,
a solution
at that moment.
Wow.
But you have to.
Yes, that is playing now the role of a man. Yes.
One last question before we go for the last music break is, when it comes to mental issues, there was a question that was asked by Sonia, and she wanted to know, when it comes to going to therapy,
yes,
is there a specific time for you to go to therapy? Should you wait to feel like, yeah, now I need therapy, or we are having problems with my wife, now we need therapy? Or should you just wake up and decide, you know what, I actually need to know if I'm okay, and just go and find someone to talk to and you know, go through therapy?
Thank you. I think when we talk of support system, support system, it is good, like you as BIKO and Sam, like you have to have, you know, it's good to have, you know, connections with all the areas that you require. You have a guy from the hospital, you have a guy from the police, you have a guy from the which other area? You know, all areas. Now, there is no right time to go to to a therapist. You just need to have one in your circle of friends. It is good to have in your circle of friends. It's good to have all the professions.
Amazing.
When I want to talk about building, I have BIKO, I have Sam, I have Oscar, I have. You know, when I want to, you know, I have a problem with police station. My friend was caught up on wrong side. Who can I call? You know, I have a problem that needs a medic.
I have a friend
Who
I can
do I
talk
call?
to.
Fulani. I have ABCD.
Wow.
So, you know, to have a support system that will help you, you know, you need to have all the professions around you. And this is why we talk of social, you know, I don't know what to call it, but you should have all the areas in your life. Like,
your social life should at least be all rounded.
You know what
kila
happens
mtu hapo.
in this, what happens in that. Yes. I need to have a media guy. I need to have a you know, construction guy. I need to have.
So watu wanasemanga
when I feel
I need
my
to
heart
talk
is
to
going
someone.
down, my mind is going down, I need to
know.
call Sonia, I need to call you, I need to call you.
Nice.
Oscar, I feel this.
Nice.
Now, what we say in psychology, I cannot cancel you when you're my friend.
Okay.
Because it will not be something like canceling. It will be friendship thing.
You won't be serious. It won't be
It
serious.
won't be serious. So when you have a deep thing that you need to see a profession.
Yes.
Now I'm a profession, but because I'm your friend, I cannot be a profession now.
Yeah.
Now I will refer you to that person who will do the work. And I will definitely make sure I refer you to that person who is good enough to do this.
And then follow up.
And follow up. Yes, I can follow up. That is good. The right word. I can follow up.
Amazing.
So I will know whether Sonia is doing good, whether my therapist for Sonia is up to date. You know, I will talk to Sonia. I will talk to the therapist to Sonia. So wonderful.
Amazing.
You need to embrace yourself.
All those people in your circle.
With people that can help you get somewhere. You know, not like people who will pull you back. Let me tell you one thing. No one will criticize you if he's below your line or your status.
True. It's
I mean,
loads of power.
I mean, he's above your line.
Yeah, they won't. They can't.
Those people will criticize you, will be below you. So if you get to that level of, you know, professionals like, hey, you're getting somewhere. But ule mtu anaona wewe unampita ako chini yako, ataanza kusema wewe ni devil worshipper, wewe ni nini,
wewe umepotea, unafaa kuwe kama mimi.
You know, unaibia watu because wewe unafanya na gava, you're stealing from the government,
propagandas.
You know. You get me?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Wow, manze, that is amazing talk. We just want to play. Now, time in Akimbi. I don't know why, manze. So we're going to play one song that is Boomba Clan, Chonga Viazi. Sawa. And then we come back, read some comments as we close up the show. Sindio. Keep it www.254.radio. This right here is the Quorum Show. The boys are having a mental talk. Sawa. So when we come back, actually we're reading your comments. All right, so keep it www.254.radio. Keep it the Quorum Show. Boomba Clan coming up. Chonga Viazi.
Hello. Susi, ni wewe? All the way from Japan. Nilipata, nimekuhata, weka mstani, alafu takamata. Kawaida yangu, wanga sichelewi, anadhani celebre, hanielewi. Kuniona tu, washaanza kuitisha, hata siyo dema, ni vitu zinatisha. Scorpion, lobster, kukupono pia, isitoshe, brand zote za bia. Nikaita waiter kupiga oda yangu, manzi ashasema, wemlete kama yangu. Nilinyamaza, smile zikaanza, nikijua mfuko, haina kitu kwanza. Chonga viazi, if you don't pay that bill. 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 Chonga viazi, if you don't pay that bill.
Yeza, chonga viazi if you don't pay the bill. By the way, utachonga viazi mutunguya, utaibishwa ezi. Chonga viazi, Boomba Clan right here on www.254.radio. Yeza, it's Wednesday, we're having mental talk. Iko nini?
Mimi nikamuuliza, sister uko seti? Niko freshi. I can tell by the way you make it. Nikaanza kumshow kuna story na bill. Akawika, hey Phil, please have a chill. I have to get back to work. Ati nini? Thanks for lunch and I'll see you around. Akaniacha kwa hoteli huku nimeshangaa. Hey, kule mfukoni mimi sina chapa. Waiter ashajileta, boss wapi do? Nikamwangalia nikamuuliza, so do you take checks? Do you take credit? We don't take checks or credit cards. Chonga viazi if you don't pay that bill. Chonga viazi if you don't pay that bill. Chonga viazi if you don't pay that bill. Chonga viazi if you don't pay that.
Si utachonga viazi if you don't pay that bill. chonga viazi if you don't pay that bill.
Najua na feel kama sisi as a society tunachonga viazi for
Yeah, man.
neglecting our responsibility.
Let me tell you something. You cannot get something just like that. You have to either work for it, and if you don't work for it, what you get is usually kitu ya chini tu, you know. So you have to work for things. Like if you want to have a peace of mind, you have to work towards having a peace of mind. If you want to have a peaceful family, a beautiful family, a lovely family, you have to work towards having it. Huwezi expect things to just fall onto your lap. Things don't work like that. It's www.254.radio right here on the Quorum Show. We are discussing mental talk, and right about now Muthondu anaingia into the comment section kwa sababu hatutaki kunyongwa tukitoka hapa
For the streets
manzejo. So Muthondu, go ahead and take it away.
So let me first big up watu wako online in a cheki. Vicky Meli amesign in register. Vicky Meli, thank you for tuning
Vicky
in.
kabisa tunakulombo tov.
Yeah, all the way from TRIVAD, Tanzania.
Wait, I'm a login from TZ.
From Tanzania.
You don't say.
Vicky Meli, thank you for tuning in. Naona Marlon Vuga akisema anasikiza the conversation about men. Yes.
Kabisa.
Naona Teddy TRIVAD akituambia anatupata loud and clear.
Yes sir. Diaspora kukoaje?
Diaspora, hope.
Kwani leo ndege imeisha mafuta?
Teddy TRIVAD Peter pia kuna swali fulani hapa. Sijui kama niulize.
Uliza swali.
Swali ya Teddy TRIVAD Peter anataka kujua kama if what we tuna portray on our social medias that all these tragedies tunashindanga tukionyesha kwa zina affect the collective mindset.
That's a good question. So we will note it. Endelea. We've noted that question.
Tuchukue the questions kadhaa. Haya, so kuna mtu fulani pia anataka kujua about mental disorders, anataka kujua about a little about ADHD na OCD. Yes. So,
we are noting them down.
Anaitwa Marlon anataka kujua about ADHD na OCD. Nadhani amesoma vitu kwa internet.
Amewatch movies. Kwanza ukisikiza hizi mangoma za watu wa majuu.
Na kuna msichana mwingine mzuri hapa anaitwa Kagiri Wanjiku anataka
Kagiri.
What is the worst thing to expose kwa developing minds from a psychologist's perspective?
Ebu rudia.
Vitu mbaya za kuexpose to a developing mind, to labda
like kids.
Yes.
Now we get the question. Sawa, you may noted. Kagiri, thank you for that question. Very important, by the way.
Yeah. And there's this other question. Ni ya mtu ako Stan anatuuliza akiwa Machakos that anataka kujua about personality and how personality types. Anataka kujua about personality types and the way personality types zetu zina affect our mental health. I don't know. Anataka kujua nini.
Like kama Aries and Scorpios, kama hizo zina affect.
Personality test. Introverts, extroverts.
Yeah. Like if an introvert decided to marry an extrovert,
yes,
watagombana. Sawa.
Let me take one last question. Nina cheki kuna mtu anauliza about codependency. Anataka kujua how you know that help each other. Umefika place ya codependency. Mtu mmoja ana depend on
the other, like mmoja anatumika.
Yes. And then there was one last question ya narcissism. Ilikuwa actually yetu ya kwanza.
The people who want to know about narcissism and how do you know if you are narcissistic, if you are narcissist.
Oscar, our first question
so many.
I don't even remember.
Nitakukumbusha, nimeziandika kwa akili.
The one from TZ.
Yes.
Tragedy.
It was
mtu wa TZ anataka kujua ni tragedy. Our first question was about tragic news and what we portray on the media.
Yes. Media has become a problem to the society because I think we need to know what we are going to air just before we air. We need to prepare the content
Because
before we air, because
it affects the viewers.
And now, as families, we don't have lands, we don't have activities now out there.
Yeah.
Unapata I have a plot, which is 40 by 60, which I've built. It's all stone everywhere. There's no compound with grass or anything. So my child is always on the system, like TV,
TikTok,
or computer. So if these people are living every day in that system, and whatever you're airing is not the correct content, what do you think? You're nurturing them to what you're airing.
Yeah.
So definitely,
and especially nowadays,
media has affected the society, the community, and at large everything. Wow. So they're coping. Why our kids who are at 10 age having a TikTok? We never knew these things.
And
our
twerking.
age,
The other day in my neighborhood, kuna katoto hata sidhani kamefika 10, and ngoma inacheza, and the kid just bends over and starts twerking.
Yes. Wow. Definitely.
And it's troubling when you see that, because you're like,
what?
Why? But yeah, when you think about it, we are the ones who have exposed them.
Whatever you're airing is okay, but you need to do it in a responsible manner, like something that can help
someone else,
not just to mislead them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
have songs. Songs are good.
Maybe
you can choose to do decent songs. Yes. Maybe you can choose to do constructive conversations. Yeah, that way.
Amazing.
Go to the next
Second
one.
question. This guy called Marlon wants to know a little bit about ADHD and OCD.
It's called
OCD.
attention hyperactivity disorder.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, it is. So
you guys, you also know about
yes, because everyone nowadays claims they have a ADHD.
True.
So everyone.
How would you claim that you have an ADHD?
It is like
disorder?
Have you ever seen
attention deficit?
Have you ever seen? It's like when something new comes in, like let's say an iPhone. Everyone wants the iPhone, but now what's happening with the current society, as I've noted, is people want to be associated with this diseases now.
They want to be associated with it.
For real, it is. Just go into social media.
It's a disease, by the way.
Really? Yeah. What is?
Yeah.
Then they want to be associated with it, but already it's a disease. That's So an attention seeker will cry, will jump on the table, will break the grasses, will do anything because I need that attention.
How do you help such a person?
How do you even know?
Mostly, I've not seen it in grown-ups. I've seen it in kids.
Teens.
Very young kids, which we believe with some time it will, with growing
with
up
maturity,
maturity, they will come and change.
Yeah.
But it's a very dangerous thing. It's a disorder that is very dangerous. It has been captured in the DSM-5.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's a very dangerous thing. Attention hyperactivity, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
Yes.
So these are people who want to be given all the attention.
Yes. Mtoto anakaa, mama anafanya kitu ingine, anagusha glass inafanyika. Mama anaangalia.
Mfurahisha.
Wow. How about OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder?
Obsessive, hey, you're going deep. You should have started with this. Attention, obsessive. Definitely just use the word obsess to be obsessed. You're obsessed with something like
cleaning.
It's a disorder. There's so many disorders in the DSM-5.
Yeah.
Even eating disorder, so many disorders.
True. That one is also a disorder.
There's so many disorders.
And there are people who say that when they are stressed, they eat.
Yes, that's
it's one of the signs that you're stressed. You're depressed. You will either tend to eat more or eat less.
Appetite inaisha kabisa.
Appetite inaisha.
So
You know, all these
from
things,
this conversation,
Yes.
what I'm noting is you need to first of all know how you are in your normal state of mind.
or your family knows
Of
you're
being.
this way,
Yeah,
your
or
friends
someone else,
knows
because
you're
it's harder
this
for
way.
you to know.
So that if you change,
A deviation.
you know,
They'll
definitely,
notice a deviation.
definitely, if I stay with you now, today, tomorrow, and the day
Utajua
after,
ka pattern,
I know
kuna
how you
certain
behave.
patterns.
And so even when I'm angry, you will know. So when something changes,
Out of
a
the
pattern
deviation.
changes.
Yeah.
Definitely something
Kuna
is wrong.
kitu.
Yes.
Amazing.
You'll find somebody
Wow.
who is on cannabis sativa like excess will eat more.
But that's
Notice.
isn't that just the side effect of cannabis?
It's a side effect, yes.
Oh, you'll notice. Then you'll notice.
Yes.
Uta notice. So
Yes.
ni manchi. See,
Thank you for answering that question. Yes.
Sijaelewa, hebu
It starts
papanua.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It starts somewhere.
Uh-huh.
When you're okay, talk of they normally talk of when you use more of cannabis sativa or bang or whatever they call it,
Yeah.
because it has so many names.
So many.
Marijuana, Mary Jane.
When you use it in excess, all to an extent that now disorganizes you as in your normal schedule.
Ah, okay.
Si wanasemaga unaweza lima 1 acre.
Imagine mtu mmoja na si tractor.
Unaweza kula ugali sufuria nzima.
Kilo mbili.
What is that? That's an eating disorder.
Oh,
Is it?
but it's not
So,
mental health. It's because of
You know, these things
the drug.
it's because of the drug. But then it will lead to that mental.
But when you continue to do it, you'll now have issues.
because you see, habit is a disease.
I get that now.
Now that makes sense.
Habit
Now
is a
that
disease.
there was someone else who asked a question. I am an introvert, and then I go ahead
So
and
you like keeping things to yourself.
yes, I'm quiet. I'm not outgoing. I will find comfort in just chilling in the house and
yes,
watching
and
cartoons.
that's no problem,
peke
yes.
yangu. And then I fall in love and decide to marry an extrovert.
Yes.
Huyu ni msichana anajua Saturday na Friday.
all the
I cannot be home.
all the
I need to be
activities.
out there dancing in a certain club or a concert.
fun.
You know, I need to be
Social
with
gathering.
people. I need to chill out with the people. Now, how would you help? Because I'm sure these are people who will at some point get into conflict. They will
There's
get
no
into
conflict.
they will.
Let me tell you.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you.
Uh-huh.
The only answer here is, do you talk?
Oh, that brings us
open?
back. That brings us
Openness.
back.
Openness.
Oh,
Do you talk? This is
oh.
how I like things done.
This is how I
My
do
dear,
my
I
things.
want to go out.
Amazing.
Darling, I want to go out. Can you allow me?
I'm going with so and
If
so.
I don't allow you, I will give you reasons why I don't allow you to go
Amazing.
for an outing. And the problem is solved. If you keep quiet,
I don't like the way you've simplified it. I thought it was a complicated question, Bana.
Let me ask you another question. Let me ask you
It's all about
the same
talking.
question.
Oh man.
Can two people be incompatible? Like they
Hey.
cannot,
Work
they are not good for each other.
to be
Hakuna.
together.
How is
Wait. Are you telling me, Oscar, that hakuna watu wenye wanaharibiana? I'll give you a perfect example, sawa? When I was young, nikiwa bado high school, I used to have a friend. This friend was my best friend in the world. He was the only person that I felt comfortable being around. Shida yetu ilikuwa moja. Tukishikana, tunafanya the wrong things. Like, sitaenda home mapema. I won't even have lunch. He won't have lunch. You know, like, we will get in trouble. We don't.
you'll always do
Toxic.
something out of the way.
Yeah,
Toxic
man.
for each other.
When we go home, we are in big trouble, both of us, and it is because we were pamoja. And mama yangu tell me, huyu mtu mwenye mko na yeye ndio anakuharibia. Huyu ndio
Na
anakuharibu.
mkishikana ndio mnapata energy.
Na mkishikana ndio mnaharibiana. But mimi nikishikana naye, that's when I feel I'm alive.
We normally
I'm
talk
good.
of wrong company.
So is that a thing? And would that happen even in marriage?
In fact, in marriage,
Yeah.
Yes.
Would
Can
you
you go-
would you marry someone who
wrong for you.
is the
Toxic
wrong
for you.
company for you?
Yes, it can be. Yes, it can be because assuming that you married a girl who is outgoing and you're also outgoing,
Ibu, imagine
no one is controlling the
this-
other.
you both want to just be
And you're
out
also
there.
not planning. You know, we get to an extent that we don't plan on what we want to do.
Yeah.
And even how much we want to spend.
Yeah.
And even how we want to do things.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
the base of everything, is speaking.
Talking.
Talking.
So you have to come together and but
You
now
have to agree. Now I'm coming back to where your friend like
Eh,
Patana used to
mambo
get
inakuwa
some
tu
of his
mbaya.
wrong sides. It's because you have the same energy. You have the same energy.
No one is counteracting.
And now,
Okay.
because you have the same energy, and the things that are making you happy are the things that are making him happy, you end up doing the things that you both are happy about.
because there's no one to say sitaki.
No, ama, no. Mimi,
Alternate.
wizi staki. Mimi, out siendi.
Sitadandia hiyo lori.
No, because ukisema out, naye anasema out.
Tumeagree.
Let's go.
Now, those are the energies I'm talking about. That, you know, if you have the same energy in, but you see, we talk of change of behavior in counseling or in whatever. It's always good when you realize you're heading the wrong direction. Use the same energy to do a constructive thing. The same energy that you're doing to steal mangoes, use the same energy to do something else constructive.
I'm going to ask you one last question on my end.
Yes.
How do you deal with someone who is an introvert? So this is a person who does not talk about their problems, their lives.
They hold it in.
They keep to themselves. Na akona shida.
We normally talk of building rapport. I hope you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
A good relationship.
When you come to me, I need to assure you of confidentiality. That what you will tell me will remain
It's gonna stick with me
forever.
Patient
Amen.
client confidentiality.
It will remain with me forever. Amen. Now, if you came to me, definitely you need help.
Yeah.
If you don't talk, then I will not help you. Is it?
It's true.
You're an introvert. You came to me, but you don't want to talk. How will I help you? Please talk to me.
But amekuja. That is the first step. Amekuja, amekaa hapo.
I want to
they
make
just they just don't know how to do it. I'm not used to this. Ama ameletwa. Yeah, that could also be
Maybe
a
a
case.
student who has been brought from school. Okay.
Or maybe the
They
parents.
they come and say, hey, nimetumwa na hedi, nikuja kwako.
And then they are quiet.
And sasa
tufanye
counseling.
Right question.
No, let me tell you. Counseling is for right-minded people.
You
Somebody
have to
who
want
comes to me, and you know what is ailing you. You know what is a problem.
An awareness.
Yes. You come to me and you're ready to talk. One, I assure you of confidentiality, as I said. Two, it will remain with me forever. I will not let you people or my people know about what we talked with you. Now, you're here. Why are you here? Because you're already in my room.
Yeah.
You have to tell me why you're here.
Mbona umekuja? What happened?
Umekuja sababu gani? Now, that is where we will begin. Now, in counseling, I have to understand and know you from the right time, that you know yourself. That when you realized
you know
yourself. Ulijua wewe umezaliwa kwa familia ya Muthondu ukiwa na miaka 3 ama 4. Niambie kuhusu hiyo miaka yote mpaka sahi.
And then you find the problem.
I will be able to know, that is what we call psychology, because psycho means
the psyche,
the study of
the mind.
Nice.
I will be able to catch up a few things that made you get to where you are.
Nice.
I told you, manze. Yeah, ask the other question.
Well, the next question was from Kagiri Wanjiko. Alikuwa anataka kuuliza, what are these things that are detrimental to a developing brain?
What are the things that are detrimental to a developing mind?
I think like some of them you mentioned, you're drinking in front of your child.
So the environment.
You're bringing your girlfriends, different girls,
In fact, if you're brought up in a family that is partying every day, you become a party member.
And it's hard to break that cycle.
It's hard to break it.
Wow.
If you're brought up in a family that ever fights, you become a member
you have
of
to
a
be
fight.
violent.
You become a violent.
Why kitu ni ngori? So let me ask you this now. That has brought another question. Single parents.
Exactly.
A child has been brought up with a single mom or a single dad or even their uncle.
Kenya kwanza 39%.
Are we saying that this child, chances of them also just bringing up their children alone
single,
and not being able to maintain a relationship is higher? Because for real,
wow, okay,
it's why it's been implanted in their mind that this is how it
They
should
can
be.
do it alone.
What goes on?
We teach what we know.
But listen, for me, I wouldn't say I've grown with a single mom, but there was a period in my life where I was growing, like nilikuwa naishi na Buddha, and then after some time I started living with my mom. But the one thing I was craving for the most was for them to be together. Are you saying that craving does not translate to them actually wanting to something have something different?
I'm out there.
One, we teach what we know. You cannot teach me what you don't know.
Okay.
Simplifies maswala ni bambi bana.
Okay.
But I get it, yeah.
I want to tell you that I cannot give you money when I don't have money. I cannot give you love when I don't have love. Everything is contagious.
So you have to learn.
If I have sadness, I will teach you sadness. You with sadness.
That is the only thing you can give me.
If I am happy, I will give you happiness.
The happiness.
Wow.
Now, if your mommy is happy about the husband or your father, they will tell you good things about your father.
True. Very true.
Is it true?
Very true.
Now, there's so many jargons in marriage life that are not good because there are issues. Even you wished them to be together, but you will get into marriage and you will wish, okay, so whatever I used to see with mom and dad, it's
not
happening
easy,
to me.
yes.
It's not easy. We don't blame it because it's all because people do not sit and talk. Now, when I talk of mediation in the courts, I go and meet people who cannot sit together. A family, brother, sister, mother, son, daughter, father, mother.
Wow.
They cannot come together alone because
they will fight.
They are at a point they cannot listen to each other. Kudharauliana. I talked of something casual. You became casual with me. You know me too much that you cannot listen to me. Unaona nina ujinga, nina wana, nina nini. Unaona? So when I come to such a situation with the parents, it's me who will facilitate their talk because they cannot face each other. Now, to a point of a family whereby you are a child in a family that has an issue, it means whatever you have gone through in that family, it's possible it will happen to you. And if kids knows, they should not even get soiled with the parents' issues.
Yeah.
Because you're not there when they got they fell.
But it's hard to separate it.
It's hard to separate. But now, what happens? Learn from that situation. Learn from the problems that are in your family.
I get it.
Learn to change the problems.
So basically, you're saying you should know why your mom is a single mom. If your mom is
they
a
should
single
let us
mom.
know why.
Talk to them.
Yes.
Na hiyo ni issue kubwa kwa sababu wazazi wetu hawaongei.
They will not allow you
they don't but it's good that we are learning that it is because of not talking why we are actually in most of these situations.
It's because of not bringing your ego down. Because what makes people not to talk, come to a table, it's ego.
It's the ego.
I cannot listen to you.
You feel like the other person is not worth listening to.
I am ABCD.
You'll know me, utanijua.
Yes, that is what we call ego.
It's amazing, Manze. You guys, man, amazing conversation, amazing topic. Oscar here has just exploding my head. Kichwa yangu inakuwa kubwa by the minute na sio dready. Yeah. Mental talk, manzi, it is one conversation we can never ever be done with. Yani so much going down. I think we should end the show. Ama vipi?
Should we? Kuna watu walikuwa wameuliza juu ya codependency. Yes.
We're gonna
Codependency, yes.
Yeah, basically alikuwa nauliza, I remember the question. Alikuwa nauliza in a situation where you feel like the other person hachangi enough. In a situation where you feel like mtu mmoja ndio anategemea huyo mwingine. You know, how should you be able to go about that?
Well, this is a difficult one because we have to use the legal systems. If you know, there are rights, there are children rights that both parents should parents.
Yeah.
That a mother should, if you are living with your child and the child needs the mother has to make a point of seeing this child.
Sure.
If you're living with the child as a mother and the father is not present, they have to make a point of seeing them. Now, co-parenting means everybody has to be part and parcel of this parenting. Now there are legal systems.
Sure.
They should be used. Now this is where I go back to the judiciary and talk of, you know, we have to use the legal system. If you are not buying your child diapers and all that, we have to come for you.
So you.
And
this brings me to another question. Men, I'll tell you for a fact. I'll tell you for a fact. Some of marriages or relationships break off because of finance issues. Unapata mwanamume hana kazi. Uko na mtoto, you have a wife, you can't take care of them. Imebidi the wife has to go back home to their parent. It has somehow gotten to that point. Mwanaume still hana kazi. Unajua hana income. They're at a point where they're not even able to take care of themselves fully. And then the wife has taken the man to a support. Inatagwaje watu? The support quote, child support. How do you get such cases, and do you feel like to some extent enyewe mwanaume anafaa akue aurumiwe kidogo, aurumiwe tu hapa, tafuta job
kuhurumiwa? That is one thing.
What?
Because when he laid this girl down,
should have known.
He should have prepared.
Should have known it was coming.
His mind that he can sire a child. Why are you doing it when you cannot handle it? Okay. It will happen because of our age and the feelings in our body systems and all that. But now you let your wife go and child, and you are left. So what are you eating? Can't you eat stones with them? If you're eating stones?
Wewe unakulanga once in a while.
So they can also eat once in a while.
What?
They can also eat once in a while. If you're not dying, they will not die.
Sure.
Hey, what will make them die if you're not dying?
Actually,
you know, this
if you've not
just
died and you've
why men are looking for reasons not to.
So this is just
their families.
an escape route.
It's an escape round.
Wanaume mnasikia ati hauna kazi, hiyo ni uongo.
They're running away from responsibilities.
Wow.
And before you just, you just let this girl remove her panty and all that. Can't you just
fikiria kidogo,
what is going to
think twice?
Yes. Wow. Now, before also then, they also claim like we mama simpendi, I was given a girl that I,
didn't love.
It's not my girl.
Sasa hizo ni excuses sasa.
When you were doing it,
I was not your
why
child.
didn't you think of somebody you don't love?
Why didn't you think of that?
Yes.
Oga
Can you tell us the
Obina.
reason why you
leave
went to that
Oga
extent?
Obina alone. What is wrong with you? Leave Oga Obina alone.
Why did you go that far? Why did you go that far if there was no love? Were you just satisfying your needs?
Your lust.
So people should not be explaining like, oh, I don't love my wife. Why did you go down with her in the first place?
That truth. Wow.
And I said in the beginning of this show that you will not have anyone to your expectations 100%. No one will be good than the first one.
Why?
No one will be good than the first one. So
Well.
you have to make the
Things work.
first one the best.
It has to work with the
Did we
first
used to
one.
say good, better, best?
We
Good,
did.
better, best. You have to make the first one
The best.
the best. One, because no one will come and replace what you had in the beginning. You know, first love.
Wow.
Make it.
Amazing.
Build it.
Yeah.
Modify it.
Samido, unasikia
Think
maneno?
about it.
Hey. Amazing.
I want to
Amazing.
ask you a question that relates to this guy here.
Sami.
I have a problem with this guy
No,
because
dude.
this guy has been single for 10 years. Now heading to
By
11.
choice.
By choice.
That is what he says.
Yeah, choice.
But I think it is a deep-seated issue. The problem is, this guy dated once, akiwa college. And then the lady aka break heart yake mbaya. Alimcheza ile serious. So this guy decided
I'm
from
done
that
with them.
experience he'll be celibate. So it is not so unaona
It's
Kenya
very healthy. Very
it is-
healthy.
no, for me it is not. My thinking is he was hurt once, so he feels like it's gonna happen again, and he doesn't want to go through that experience. Do you think such a lifestyle
It's
can
healthy.
lead to mental illness? Because I'm afraid for my friend. I am afraid Samido is gonna go ahead and do something crazy one
On
day.
the spot, bana.
Unajua?
Samido, okay.
I call him Samido.
Hey.
You cannot. Is it healthy to be single for that long?
It's a choice we make. It's a choice we make. I don't want to go deep into it because there are people who are like the priests, the Catholic priests.
Exactly.
But that's different. Only priest.
You know,
Uyu.
you can be priest by yourself out here and,
Okay.
and choose not to marry because you have reasons. You know, in counseling, we look at everything in a positive mind. Whatever you choose to be, we support you that way.
So is it healthy to be single because you are heartbroken?
It is not healthy. You're getting me into a question that I won't give you an answer. Now,
Because I want to know, should you take an experience and make it your lifestyle?
The conclusion of life.
Yes.
he never tried again.
Exactly. The problem is just because something didn't work out.
But then
Does it-
I think he has another reason, not only
True.
because he was hurt.
Samido, you need to speak up.
I do
He
have
has another
reasons.
reason because one, I'm sure he has been
I've
hurt in
healed.
other areas, not only in
Yes.
relationships.
Wapi?
Na secondly, nimeheal.
Ujahil.
Nimeheal. bana.
Ujahil wewe.
Doesn't affect
I am refusing.
I'm sure he has been hurt.
Yes.
I'm sure he has been hurt in other areas, not only in relationships, intimate relationships.
Yes.
The
Failing in
heart
life.
may be more of the same or not, but we are different in character. As you said, introvert, narcissist. So many characters we have. The people who get annoyed and are like, I will never do this.
Do this, and that's it.
And that's all. They make a decision. It's final.
But those people need counseling, right?
No, everybody needs counseling.
Kwa nini utaki tupeleke huyu mtu counseling?
No, he needs to go for counseling. Yes.
Everybody
But
does.
all I mean is that I don't want to be specific that he needs counseling himself.
Yeah, I get it.
But all of us need counseling at one point or the other, because every day I said, as long as you're born of flesh and
blood, you're gonna need
stressors will be every day. Nitapita hapa, nikitokea hapa matatu ndio hiyo, nikifika kazini kuna mtu amenikosea, nikifika home chakula imepikwa vibaya.
Chumvi ni yote.
Funny things.
yeah,
Stresses
chumvi,
will
yeah.
never be away from us.
Yes.
So this guy, if he chooses to be a priest, let him be.
Let him be, bana.
Aya, Samido, umeachiwa.
To deviate from let's deviate from what you do at Belarus Mediation Psychological
Yes.
Training Center
Yes.
and come to this other passion of yours, which is peace.
Manze, peace ambassador.
Wewe ni peace ambassador. Tell us how uliingia to this space.
Why
and
peace?
What do you do this and why peace? Na tuambie juu sahi hatuna peace huko kwanza kana.
Hizi ni war. What is the solution?
What's gonna happen? What's the solution? Yes.
I said I'm from Beralio's Mediation and Psychological Counseling Center. That is my company. That is my initiative.
Yeah.
I'm the CEO. It's a vision that has to grow.
Yeah.
Belario's Mediation and Psychological Counseling Center. It needs to train people. It needs to help people with issues with you don't have to have an issue so that you come to counseling.
Sure.
You know, you just need to equip yourself with more better skills to do things
To
every
handle
day.
life.
To handle your
this
daily
is what you should
stresses.
understand
To
that we
handle
don't
life.
just go to counseling
Because
to
you have
heal.
an issue.
Or because we have an issue. When we have an issue, we need to heal. So we don't have to go to counseling centers because we need to heal or to be counseled. We need to equip ourselves to better or positive living. Now, my firm deals with peace. And this is how I found myself being a peace ambassador. I was not brought up in a family setup where there was violence or anything.
Yeah.
Yes, there was some issues here and there, but I cannot call it extreme issues that could now lead me to loving peace. I do not know how I found myself loving peace. I wanted to have a children's home. But then I found that having a children's home will mean that I cannot do anything else. I have to be with the kids.
Yeah.
And then I realized that when I have a children's home or when I see kids with issues, my tears flow. I realized that when I see a child who is going through one issue and the other, I cry like a baby. So I realized, yes, it's maybe my passion, but then I will not be able to handle this because I cannot cry in front of a child.
The child, you're making it worse.
Yeah,
you need to be the assistant.
So this is how I found Berarios, and now I was also admitted in judiciary, and now I talk peace because when I talk, whatever I deal with in judiciary is all about family issues. And I'm happy to see them in peace. I believe I'm doing my best in my family and outside professionally to see the world live in peace. Now, when it comes to the government, the Kenyan government, Kanairo and whatever and everything,
Baba,
I can hear people talk of like
these
people should not sit down and talk. These
Handshake
people,
never.
there's no handshake, hatutaki your story. Let me tell you, a true leader will not allow his people or his nation to shed blood.
Yeah.
Which is happening.
They have to go down, which means they are not inferior. Did you get me?
Yeah.
Going down does not mean you're inferior.
You just being the bigger
It
person.
means you're considering the whole nation, all races, all people, all the communities. Like, why are we going through this? Come and sit and talk. If there's nothing that is coming out of the talk from a round table, then allow those people who are demonstrating, allow those people who are against your leadership, go out on streets and hear what they have to say. Then you look for another plan to do that thing. But a leader should not sit and see people die, cry, suffer, because tulisema boy child. Every man has to go with unga jioni.
Yeah, manze, una
Na
imagine.
sukuma na nyama ama kama si nyama, sukuma na kitunguu because sukuma haipikwi bila kitunguu na mafuta.
Kama
So
futa.
this boy child mlimfunza kuvumilia shida zote. Asipopata unga na kitunguu, what will happen? Atakupiga kwa barabara ama akushike ngeta, arudi aende home afukuze wife because hana furaha. Families are broken. So it starts from the head up there, the father of the house, the father of the nation. The father of the nation has to look into all issues that are affecting the country, just like the father of the house has to look into things that are affecting his family. Then what do we say? If we do that, we live harmoniously, in peace, happiness, joyfully. But then,
and at least
a generation hii ya mayoyo, we have to tolerate each other.
True.
Ukisikia ninangorota usiku, niwache tu ningorote. But ujue kuna kitu nafanya poa. Ukiona sipiki poa, niwache tu hivyo. Hiyo ingine napika poa.
Ama usaidie kupika. Ukiona sipiki poa, kuja unifunze kupika. Niambie bro, kuna method nyingine ya kupika. Nikuoneshe,
Yeah.
But that's amazing. That's 2 cents from Oscar right there in regards to what's going down, in our country right now, manze. It is not good to see that every single Monday kuna msehezi make pesa yake kwa sababu
watu walishikwa, watu walikuwa
una imagine and already tunajua kwa nini watu wana demonstrate. So yeah, we are appealing to
our leaders,
the baba of the nation, manze, not Raila. I'm talking about who, the father
of the nation.
Yeah, talk to Raila, talk to your people, talk to us.
Talk,
let's talk.
Let's have conversation.
Oscar said it all starts with the talking. Sindio?
Actually, I think
it's all about ego.
Lower your ego.
Just thumping. Let's not just thump like I cannot talk to you.
Kweli, junasikia tu.
Yes, sir.
Ruto akicampaign alikuwa na campaign, we want to lower the standards of living. Baba anasema the same thing. Nina wonder what
but it's
you
not
saying
happening.
The same thing.
Why is there a conflict?
Sides?
Why is there a conflict? And you guys are actually talking about the same thing, bettering the lives of Kenyans. So yeah, manze, tunasema si fiti that we can't work, we can't do some things on specific days because mtu alidecide tutakuwa tunaandamana na mtu mwingine alidecide andamaneni, mimi ndakuwa na wapiga. It's not right. As we say,
people
watu waliingia wakakula makondoo, mambuzi, and it is expected. I'll tell you the truth, it is very expected kwa sababu in times of conflict una expect mtu mmoja umie, mwingine asiumie but in this time sisi wote ndio tunaumia kwa sababu huyo mwenye anaenda kuandamana hiyo Monday ako guaranteed endi home na kitu hiyo Monday. In fact amespend, ameumia, lazima buy maji ya tear gas. Unaona ameanza atakuwa addicted na tear gas na hizi afford tear gas akuwa na smoking tear gas.
The boy child is the one who is affected because
Ebu imagine uko na wife, uko na watoi kadhaa mtaa, wewe mwenyewe unafaa ujifeed alafu Monday mzima uwezi hustle. Ukisha
nowadays nasikia wanataka kuifanya a weekly thing.
Yeah. Hapana.
Kila siku
let's talk. That is what we are appealing as the Quorum show. We are appealing to the government, to the opposition and everyone involved. Let's talk. We have the peace ambassador here with us, Oscar. Mbona msimu involve? Wacheni mchezo nyinyi.
Thank you.
Yes, manze, let's involve Oscar in this talk. He has a solution, by the way. He has it. We will not talk about it here, but he has it. Any more comments that we need to go through kwa sababu we need to leave.
Watu kadhaa wenye
yes, manze, let's big up everyone who's tuned in.
We have our final say from Oscar. So let me big up Peter Nzaga, Vicky wenye mmeuliza maswali.
Kabisa.
Mnacheki Lil Humble akisema ako tuned in. Thank you Brand
Lil Humble
for saying that. Asanteni kwa ku-highlight the boy child problems.
We love that response.
Watu wana highlight boy
we love the response, manze.
Benedict Njuki anasema thank you very much Oscar. Ninaona Ricky Erickson akisema anatupata all the way.
Inakaa the boys tuned in today.
Wako tuned in.
Kabisa. What are the ladies saying?
Ninaona J KINYUA akiwa tuned in. That's a lady right there. Ninaona
big up yourself, salute you.
That's a lady right there. Ninaona Mukami Mwete.
Usual suspects, manze.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, manze.
For tuning into Mental Health Wednesday.
Kabisa, manze.
Mimi nimelearn a whole lot.
We're gonna end this show, but before we do, you need to go ahead and check out Belario's, right? Umesema inaitwa Belario's mediation and psychological counseling center
Do you
Belarios.
have a physical location watu mahali wanaweza kupata? Yes, tell us about that.
Is it a parting shot?
No, not yet.
Belarios is located in Mutaratara Mall, 5th floor, room 041.
Sawa Mutaratara Mall. Sawa hapo River Road.
Karome, River Road inashikania hapo.
Building fulani imeandikwa hapo juu Mutaratara. Those people will give you the Mutaratara. You know what I'm saying?
Room number
041.
Amazing.
Check them out. Mko socials ama kuna kashida hapo.
We are getting there.
You're getting there. Yeah, Belarios manzi. Check them out.
Facebook, they can get it.
Oh, you can get Belarios on Facebook.
Belarios Mediation and
Psychological Counseling Center. By the way, Watunguyas, as we've learned today, you do not have to have an issue for you to go for counseling.
Sure.
Go for counseling for you to know how to deal with issues. Yes. Because maybe, every day we face issues. Yes. Sindio?
Maybe my biggest lesson is that we are not raising weak men. We are making
strong men weaker.
The environment.
Oh my goodness.
That is my biggest takeaway bana.
Mimi my biggest
interprets kwa wanaume out here.
Kabisa.
Because tunablamiwa for being weak, for being.
So it makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
A lot of sense. My biggest takeaway from the show today is gonna be the only reason or the biggest reason why we are having these problems is because we are not talking.
Yes.
We are not telling people who we are. We are not being open with ourselves, with our partners, with our social circle, with our friends. Hauambii beste yako mispendi kukunywa. Akikwambia tuende unaenda. Muambie bro, by the spendagi pombe. Sipendagi.
Yes.
Tunaweza fanya kitu ingine tukiwa pamoja. Tunaweza learn kuskate.
Yes.
Tunaweza learn kuandika notebooks. Be open. That is my biggest takeaway, manze. I don't know what your biggest takeaway is, but you need to tell us on our Instagram page. Enda pale _QUORUM_show on the comment section. Ebu tuambie, what is the biggest takeaway from the show? And if you've realized that you need some counseling, we will link you up with Oscar. Sawa. Oscar atakusaidia, by the way. That's why we have him here, because he is actually a professional in what he does, and you can tell from the talk. Namuuliza swali ngumu anaisimplify hadi nashindwa rada. I'm used to people stammering kidogo. Oscar alikuwa ni kama alikuwa na Mkenya. But yeah, man, that is what happens. That's why we bring these guys to you, because they know how to deal with the issues that we are actually addressing here on the Quorum Show. If it's mental health, we will always bring you someone who knows what they are talking about. Kwa sababu what we don't do is just jump the gun and talk about things we have no experience, no knowledge about. Sindio? And of course, the Quorum Show always aims at educating you and linking you with the right group of people to make sure that your life is beautiful. Ama vipi? Parting shot, kuna watu unataka kusalimia, kuna watu unataka kutumia salamu. Maybe you want to tell us something that we might have left out.
Thank you. Let me say it was such an opportunity to get myself to where I am. Thank you guys for giving me this chance to come and air my, giving what
your
I
2
have,
cents.
giving what I have, and just giving me another sense of doing things. I would want to say that next time you need me, I will be available for you.
Kabisa.
Because even if you're building your brand, I'm also building my brand.
Yes.
And thank you for this. And so
amazing.
I'm ready. I'm that person who wants to see a society living in peace. Living, in harmony.
Yes,
a good place to live in, because God gave us, we became stewards of this universe. Being a steward is taking care of something that is not yours.
Sure.
Managing. You're taking care of something that you're given to take care of.
Yeah.
God has given us that stewardship in this earth. And so we have to make earth beautiful.
Amazing.
We cannot make earth beautiful if we are not ourselves beautiful in our minds. We have to be beautiful in our minds so that we can beautify the earth.
Amen.
Now,
kabisa.
I would want to say hi to the person who brought me here, Soch Max.
Yes,
Angie,
message kila second.
Umeponea, by the way. Speaking of Angie, we made Angie dance on this show.
Wewe tu ndo
umeponea. It is the conversation.
You make me come with her, then we can dance.
We'll make
hiyo ni deal. Angie umesikia? Angie umesikia?
Hapo tuta make sure.
Definitely.
I want to say hi to my daughter Prudent Waithera.
Big up yourself, Prudent.
Yes, I want to say hi to my daughter Anne Florence. And
Kabisa.
their mother Agnes Mukami.
You're the first one bana. Hao watu wengine wasalimiange familia yao. Kujanga hapo, I am single. I am single.
I don't want to be single. And maybe lastly, I want to say I want to say hi to the Pen Plus Business Agencies Fraternity. That is my business associates,
Pen Plus,
Florence Booty, and our workers. I want to say hi to them.
Amazing.
Thank you. This far we've come. It's because of what we do together. It's because of the way we talk together, the way we behave together, the way we listen to each other together. So thank you for Radio 254. Looking forward to another invite.
Definitely Mental Health Month.
So we will definitely
have you back in
we are thinking of having a panel of more of you Oscars wengine pia come through
a good panel. We get the questions.
We need to make sure that the men are actually coming back to life. We need to encourage the men to also live their lives. Kabisa manze, this has been the biggest, the baddest, and the Guane show across East, Central. South Africa is already dominated. Seychelles. Naona Prime Minister, kuna kwa na Prime Minister Seychelles. Ni mayor. Wacheni mchezo. Mimi nilikuwa natafuta Prime Minister, ndio maana. Yeah, but Seychelles, we are gonna dominate you very soon. Alafu tuende tafute place ingine. It has been the realest talk, men talk, boys round table talking about mental health. We have, discovered that the problem is we don't talk. The problem is we don't know who we are. The problem is we rush into things. The problem is we have a big ego. The environment where you're growing in, you need to actually be able to make sure that you're in a healthy environment. We catch up again tomorrow, manze. It is Thursday, of course.
I want to remind umetupata katikati ya conversation that we'll post this conversation on our YouTube channel.
Kabisa. Make sure you check it out.
Catch it there.
The QUORUM show on YouTube.
The QUORUM show on YouTube.
Na pia tunaipost kwa Spotify as a podcast.
Leave my contacts on the
if you can actually that would be very helpful. Yes, if you have a contact, ebu grab a pen and a piece of paper, andikeni hii namba tafadhali.
Are they ready now?
Yes.
0722
0722
22
22
66
74
Hotline.
So 0722 226674.
That's how you get.
That is 0722 226674. Nimerudia kwa sababu ya kusisitiza. Kisisitizi. This is how you can get in touch with Oscar, right? If you want any assistance in regards to psychology, in regards to mediation, in regards to counseling, in regards to peacekeeping. Sindio, kama kwenu kumedhoka and you want someone to help you mediate. By the way, just to set it clear, one of the fields that Oscar deals in is mediation in regards to disputes in the family. In mumeachana, maybe your dad has unfortunately passed away, kuna mali kwa familia, mmeshindwa kuagree on how you're going to divide this. Oscar is equipped to help you out. Mko na conflict kwenu, social issues or mental issues, mko na mtoto wenu kwenu, mna feel anaanza kupotea, before you end too far, talk to Oscar manze. If you can't find Oscar directly, talk to us. We will make sure we link you up with Oscar. Sindio, it's been awesome, it's been beautiful. As we always say manze, when we leave the QUORUM show, make love, be love, spread love, speak love. love. It's all love. Tunawapenda bure buerere 00 hefogo. Nothing
you need to do.
Nothing. Y'all just need to tune into www.254.radio and that's it. That's all we need from you. Just tune in to the show. Hizo zingine tutafanya. Ama vipi? We are out of here manze. We are gone. Tumeenda. Na by the way turudi mpaka kesho. You thinking it's a joke? We are gone.
Tomorrow creative.
Tumeenda. Yes. So tomorrow is Creative Thursday. Again, a surprise guest for you. So keep it locked. Angalia poster kwa Instagram. Sindio? We will also be posting this show on YouTube, the QUORUM show. Make sure you check it out. It will also be posted on Spotify. Clips of it will also be posted on IG, Facebook, and Twitter. Yes. Sawa. We are out. We are done. It is the hardest thing to do. Kusema kwa heri inakuwa ngumu. Kwanza kwangu. I don't want to go. Hii conversation tungeongea mpaka Sonia atuandikie barua saa hii.
Get out.
Get out of here. Go. But it's been awesome. Special thanks to Angie for linking up with Oscar manze. An amazing conversation with the boys. Let's catch up tomorrow. www.254.radio is the place you need to be. Download the Radio 254 application and make sure you stay tuned to all the shows that happen each and every day. We are keeping it 100% Kenyan.
Kenya Moshi
Boda. Charity begins right here. Elani closing the show for us. Hapo zamani niliota ndoto. Do you know that song?
African
Sing along if you do. The QUORUM show signing out. We are out. Bye bye.
Rauka jamaa kumekucha, miaka 16 kidato cha kwanza, pokea salamu siku mpya, insider za kwanza zasifiwa bomba,